This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We are your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to TT Crane Field for tonight's high school soccer broadcast on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Tonight, the Tiger girls and boys host Mount Vernon. The Mustangs come over from just the other side of Cedar Rapids to take on Grinnell. Girls game first, boys game to follow. I'm Chris Jr. alongside Dan Walker. Glad to have you with us here on this Thursday night. And it was a nice day up until right about 4 o'clock. And then it clouded up, the wind picked up, a little bit of rain. And it's going to be intermittent showers the rest of the night. So they just got done doing the starting lineup. So at this time, they're going to have the national anthem. So we will take a listen on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. All right, the playing of our national anthem. We are set for soccer. Let's take a moment to salute our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. They include Poly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Real Estate, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, Mahaska Communications Group, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. Our scoreboard sponsor is Kurtz Collision Center. Our period sponsor, as always, Brent Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Then we have our business card sponsors that you see in the upper right-hand corner. In addition to all of those other businesses I mentioned, we also include Turnkey Realty, Dairy Barn, Mindy Hall's Exit Realty, Prairie Lakes Church, Coryell Photography, and a new sponsor, the Strand Theater. So we appreciate all of those folks signing up and sponsoring our broadcast. We can help bring these home to you. Mount Vernon comes in with a record of 1-1-1. Yes, you heard that right. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. They no longer play overtimes. They play 80 minutes of soccer. If it's 0-0 or tied up at the end of that 80 minutes, that's it. That's the way it goes in the books. They are coached by Angie Neese. They beat Clear Creek Amana on Tuesday of this week. And they are led pretty much spread out. Senior Claire Nydigger has 1 goal on the season for them. Kano Safo, the senior goalkeeper, has 13 saves with a 77% save percentage. For the Grinnell Tigers and coach Stephen Seek, they are 0-1 and 1-1 overall, 0-1 in the conference. They lost to CPU on Tuesday. They are led by freshman Caitlin Seek with 5 goals on the season. Taylor Smith, one of the senior captains, has 1 goal and 2 assists. And Marin Sherman, a first-year freshman goalkeeper, 18 saves with a 72% save percentage. We are underway. Our first period brought to us by Brett Nickel, State Farm Insurance. Mount Vernon started with the ball. Tigers are on the attack, stop their attack, so Mount Vernon kicks it back to the middle, and they will reset. Keep your eye on number 14 for the Mustangs, Claire Neidigger. Ball being chased down by Josie Smith, trying to get it out to the corner. As we've seen so many times, they said it went off of Mount Vernon, so it'll be a throw-in for Grinnell. Some of the rules of soccer, once the official makes the point and points the way the ball is, the players do not have to have the official touch it. They can grab the ball and throw it in right away. They don't need to wait, and you'll see teams hurry up and do that. There's Neidigger out there in the middle being shadowed by a couple of Tiger defenders. Now the ball goes all the way to the far side, and Mount Vernon kicks it back to reset. Another thing about soccer, you may see players go out of bounds and the ball stay in bounds and they don't blow the whistle. The players themselves can be out of bounds. It's if the ball is either on the line or goes out of bounds, then they stop play. So that we might see from time to time. There's a centering pass over taken by Claire Manat, being hounded by the defensive of Isabel Logue. Tigers have it for a moment. Now here comes Seek. Seek trying to get it ahead. Kind of hits it, gets it over to the far side, and it's picked up by Mount Vernon. Mustangs are out of the WAMAC East Conference. Of course, the WAMAC Conference is divided into 2 teams of 8, East and West. Tigers battling out here in the middle. Mount Vernon tried to pass it in, knocked away by Grinnell. Now here comes Tigers on the attack. Seek with it, tries to pass ahead. Tigers have a bit of attack. Claire Manat trying to run it down Taylor Smith in the middle, but a little too far. It's going to be a throw-in coming for the Mustangs.
Tonight we got the wind coming from the north, so every time we come here, there's a different way that the wind's going to affect the ball game, and tonight it had a little bit of push on that ball, even on the ground.
So here comes Mount Vernon on the attack. That's Isabel Logue trying to get it down now. She passed it over to Lillian Gazer, but good defense by the Tigers. Josie Smith down there to knock it out, and let's see, it's going to be a throw-in for Mount Vernon down in the corner. So the Mustangs get their defense set, or their offense set up, and Tigers set up their defense. There's a throw into the goal, trying to hit Lily Cook. Nice job headed away there by Josie Smith, taken by Seek. Seek again leading the Tigers with 5 goals on the season as a freshman. Once again, that pass a little bit too far out ahead, and Mount Vernon will have a throw-in. Seems like we see, Dan, a lot in these matches, especially the first 10 or so minutes, the timing of those passes is just a little bit off. And once the players, I don't know if it's a warm-up period or just getting to the flow of the game, then those passes seem to calm down and be a little bit more precise.
Yeah, right now they're, like you said, there's kind of a little bit better one. Smith up to the Manat. Manat has a nice run out going down the side here.
Manat looking to get the shot off, and good, just tipped away at the last second by Mount Vernon. Nice defense there by the Mustangs. Again, we've said it before. I won't elaborate on it as much because it's our second broadcast, but soccer, the officiating, a lot depends on the official's judgment. Basically, if a player is dribbling the ball or has the ball, they're kicking it down the field, which is called dribbling. As the ball goes way to the far side, chased down there. Nice speed by Courtney Frank. Frank gets now towards the middle, tries a centering pass, has a shot on goal, and Mount Vernon buries it. That's Claire Neidigger, their senior goal scorer. Neidigger, at the 3-minute mark, puts one in and wasn't picked up, just got behind the Tiger defense. Dan.
Right, and that was a great example of centering the ball, get it back, and having your right timing of Neidigger follow and center the ball right into the goal. So that's what a coach wants to happen, and you can't say it happens any more than textbook, but that was a pretty good job.
So Mount Vernon draws first blood, same way CPU drew first blood on Tuesday night. They scored about a minute in. This time Mount Vernon scores about 3 minutes in. There's Taylor Smith trying to get a pass down to Manat. It's knocked away and kicked around a bit here in the middle. Team still battling for it.
17, that's Lily Ford.
Lily Ford, my apologies. Thank you, Dan. There's a pass down to the corner now to Frank. Ball a little too far, but Frank gets it back. And on the attack, tries to center it out to Neidigger, but it gets booted out of bounds by Grinnell. And we've talked about that. Most teams, including the Tigers, if they have a chance, they would just kick the ball out of bounds, give their defense a chance to reset. Be a throw in here for the Mustangs. Just underway, about 4.5 minutes gone by, 1-0 Mount Vernon, as you see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Another centering pass kicked out of there by Grinnell. Now Tigers have a shot on the attack. Manat had it for a moment, but then taken away. Nice defense that time by Isabel Logue. Pass dropped back in. Neidigger fighting for it there. And swinging back around is Grinnell. Claire Manat tries to take it, poked back, but kicked back by Grinnell. There's a centering pass trying to get it out to number 21, Lillian Geyser. Too far for her, and Tigers clear it. Now Mount Vernon, the Mustangs, will reset. Neidigger flips a pass over to her teammate, Isabel Logue. Didn't look like Logue was quite ready for it. It's a nice idea.
Yeah. I think the way it kind of kicked off her foot, it went backwards, and she was hoping it had to be more right in front of her.
So Tigers with a throw in now. Tigers having a tough time, just like they did against CPU, getting it out of their own end. There's a big throw in, trying to hit out in the middle. That's Bailey Moore. Ball gets past her. Moore giving chase, but it's booted out of there by Lily Cook. Chasing it down is Courtney Frank, the junior. Showed a lot of speed here early on. And Tigers will have a throw in off of Frank out of bounds. And this time it goes off of Grinnell, off of Ford. And so the Mustangs will have a throw in. There's a pass thrown in, intercepted, or at least touched by Grinnell. Now pass out to the middle for Selner. Selner has been taken by Taylor Smith. Smith tries to pass it downfield to her teammate, but intercepted by Mount Vernon. Smith battling a Mustang defender on that far side. Ball is kicked out of bounds. Looks like it went off. Yes, it did. Went off a Mount Vernon player. That's another option. You can just try to kick it off a player and let it go out of bounds, and you get the throw in. So Tigers will have the throw in. Just having a hard time getting past that Mount Vernon Mustang defense and getting any type of attack mounted. Ball loose there in the middle. Now a long ball kicked down, being chased down by Grinnell. Isabel Hart giving chase. She just boots it out of bounds as Neidigger, the senior, was sneaking in there trying to maybe tap it away and get a breakout. But good job by the Tigers to kick it out of bounds, and Mount Vernon will throw it in. There's a big boot up in the air. There you see part of that north wind because kind of knocked that down. Blew it back. Taylor Smith now maneuvering. There's a foul called. Our referee is Jeff Blanchard. Foul called on Mount Vernon. Again, they don't specify what the foul was. They just simply blow the whistle and point, so it's going to be Grinnell on a free kick. Taylor Smith will do the honors from about the 31-yard line. My guess is some type of arm bar or restraining, holding of a player. Would be my guess. That's the most common. But again, in soccer, if you're dribbling the ball down the field, there can be contact as long as, again, here's the keywords. If in the official's determination or judgment, you are playing the ball and you hit the ball first. Now here's a breakout. Mount Vernon running down a good defense that time. Josie Smith just knocked it out. A lot of speed there. Lillian Geyser, another junior with pretty good speed. But Josie Smith stayed right with her, kicked it across the end line.
Unfortunately, besides the fact that it went right out the back and it gives Mount Vernon a corner kick out of that, typically we've seen that for the most part you want to kick it to the 10-yard hash mark, but at least you got it out of the way of the goal.
Neidigger now for the corner kick for the Mustangs. Everybody's bunched up about the 5-yard line. My guess is they're going to break towards the ball. Here it comes in. People breaking down, kicked out of there by Mount Vernon. Now they kick it back over to Neidigger, and they're going to say offside, I think.
That should be. Oh, it is.
Yeah, he went up and then pointed down, so I think somebody was offside. So it'll be a throw-in for Grinnell at the spot.
So they're going to do a free kick at this.
Yeah, that's right. My apologies. Yeah, on a offside call, they do the free kick nearest where the ball was whistled. So the Tigers get that free kick, booing it out of there, but right to Mount Vernon. Isabel Logue has it, trying to get to Neidigger. Nice play by Smith. Intercepts it. Now the Tigers maybe trying to get something going here. Smith, a lot of speed in her own right. Gets around Haley Emery. Or check that. Gets around Miranda Selner. Tries to get the pass upfield, but it's tipped out by Mount Vernon. Tigers will have a throw in. Smith will do it on the far side. About 10 minutes gone by here. 1-0. Mount Vernon with the lead over Grinnell, as you see in our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. In this first period, brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. Chris, Junie, Dan Walker here with you. on this Thursday night. Tigers had to run out there for a second. Manat was trying to give chase, but good defense by the Mustangs. One of the few times the ball has been across into Mustang territory.
That's a good job there by Martinez. She come up, stopped the ball, and she kicked it, and it went right off the Mount Vernon player. As you said earlier, it's who it goes off of. So in turn, Grinnell got the throw in.
Mount Vernon tries to clear it, but knocked down that time by Isabel Hart, and Tigers are going to reset. Now there's a long pass down. Manat giving chase. Two Mount Vernon players are giving chase as well. Manat wins the chase, gets past one, tries to get past two, but it's tipped out now to Seek. Seek's going to turn and strike, and it just goes wide. Couldn't quite get the curve on it. We had a good look at it from here, and just sails wide past the outstretched arm of Kana Safo. So it'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs.
1 foot away there.
Yep. We need that wind to be blowing out of the south to push that back towards the goal. Right idea, though. That corner spot was open, just couldn't quite make the connection. Mustangs here to play it in. Long ball down, taken down by Mount Vernon. Now ahead to Nidegger. She had it for a moment. Now she gets it back, and now past her teammate Logue. Now Logue working on the far side, tips it back to Nidegger. Nidegger being guarded by Martinez. Now back to Nidegger in the middle. No, Logue has it. That kicks it back out. They're going to reset. Mount Vernon coach is calling out a play. There's a ball kicked over the sideline to Frank, and she will set it out and reset it to Miranda Sellner. Intercepted by Grinnell, and taken right back by Mount Vernon. And ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say went off of Mount Vernon, so Tigers will have a throw in. Subs coming in for Grinnell, number 1, 21, and 23. So that's Michaela Snodgrass and Lily Madron and Lennis Rodriguez, replacing Claire Manat and Estefani Martinez and number 6, Bailey Moore. We take a week off after tonight. Our next broadcast is next Friday night, the 18th, when the Independence Indians come here to TT Cranny for a Grill Boy doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock right here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Tigers kind of, Dan, you've said this last couple of minutes, the ball's been a lot more down in their defense, or the defensive end of Mount Vernon, so Tigers maybe getting their legs underneath them, getting some things sorted out.
Well, I noticed a couple things that Mount Vernon, they play such a cluster defense of bringing those 5 or 6 girls together, and when the Grinnell can take advantage of it, they get a sideline run out, and it pulls them from that center huddle or area, and then allows Grinnell to make the advance.
Lillian Kaiser that time, she tried to look to Nidegger to the middle, but she was guarded very nicely by Seek. So Nidegger, or check that, the Mount Vernon player just tried to kick a long goal, and Marion Sherman just watches that drift by wide left. And it'll be a goal kick coming for Grinnell. They played 2 40-minute periods in soccer. There's no stoppage unless the referee stops it for an injury or some other thing. And again, as we have said, if it's tied at the end of regulation, that's the way it goes in the books. It's a tie this year. I would look for the girls and boys union to maybe revamp that rule, and maybe instead of, they used to go to an overtime and then penalty kicks. I would look for them to go right to penalty kicks because they want to shorten the games up, which you can understand. But as we talked about at length on Tuesday, both Dan and I have played sports, and if you've played any sports, just ties just don't work.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
I had a little bit of a deeper conversation on that with my son, and we were kind of discussing it that, the way the playoff system is now, everyone makes it to the playoffs. So the seeding will be done off the greatest wins. But if say you did have five ties, for example, those 5 ties they're going to look at the win column, and then there's a factor of how that they're going to set them in. Also, once you get to your playoffs, then they have penalty kicks come in. So there is no ties once you get to the postseason, that you're going to have advancement and make sure that works out fine.
Ball goes off of Grinnell out of bounds. Grinnell just kicked it out to set their defense, and Mount Vernon will play it in. And Nidegger turned to kick it, and, man, caught a Tiger player right in the head and face. That is Josie Smith. Good sportsmanship there by Nidegger. Went right up to her right away. And referee Jeff Blanchard stopped and play here for a moment while they're going to check on Josie. And apparently she's okay, but she took one point blank there, Dan.
Yeah, right in the midsection. Josie was holding her stomach, which my stomach still hurts just from watching it.
Yeah. Tigers now on the attack, but knocked away nicely by Mount Vernon again. Same strategy.
So this seems to be where you can get advanced, just like any other sport. If they take advantage of the throw-ins and getting your field in place on the field makes a big difference.
Ball taken away by Smith now. Here comes Mount Vernon, but knocked back by Grinnell.
Good job by Hart there, stepping in front of that.
Now a chase down to the ball. Who's going to get there first? Nidegger battling with Josie Smith, and I believe it goes out of bounds. So let's see. Jeff Blanchard points was off Grinnell. So we're going to give that Josie Smith got there and kicked it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. About 15 minutes gone by here in this first period. 1-0, Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard.
I think we are bringing back the universal trade name of football for today's game. It's a little bit rough out there.
Yeah, that's the thing about soccer. Again, we've talked about if you're dribbling the ball, as Taylor Smith maneuvers against the defense of Miranda Selner. If you're dribbling the ball and there's contact, if in the official's determination, the player that's made the contact or initiated is going for the ball, they let it go. And by going for the ball, if you hit the ball first and then there's contact afterwards, no matter how violent, even if both players end up on the ground, they usually let that go. But again, it's up to the judgment of each official. Now there's Isabel Logue wrestled away. Logue puts a shot up and Marin Sherman watches that trail by. That time you can see that wind grab that and push that away from the goal.
That typically would have been right out the back of the end zone there, but how miraculously it stayed in play.
So Tigers trying to battle again, just trying to get it out of their end. They've had a few moments where it's been down to Mount Vernon's defensive end, but not many. Now here's a takeaway by Frank. Frank puts a center shot on. Nobody home. Sherman scoops it up. And now she whips it out now to Taylor Smith. Smith, as usual, draws a pretty heavy crowd. Coming down now is Lillian Ford. Trying to get it back. Now maneuver. Now Logue takes it. Knocked away by Grinnell. Tigers have it. Tigers trying to play it in and get it out ahead. Logue really harassing, and that went off of
Mount Vernon.
Went off Mount Vernon. Okay, I thought for a moment it might have kicked off a Grinnell player, but they said went off Mount Vernon, so the Tigers will have a throw in. Long throw in down, trying to hit out there to Leanis Rodriguez. Ball knocked down by Smith. Taylor draws two people. Gets up and a nice defense. Miranda Selner, as you said, Dan, a lot of contact, but again, they let it go. If you play the ball and hit the ball first, again, they generally let that go. Not a universal axiom by any means, but that's what I've noticed over my 3 or 4 years of broadcasting soccer games. I know when I first got into basketball officiating, they had rules as we have subs in for Grinnell. Number 2, Estefania Martinez, and number 6, Bailey Moore checking back in. Replacing number 17, Lily Ford, and number 21, Lily Madron. But when we first started refereeing way back when I was a young man in the 80s and 90s, it was all by the rules. You had to read the rules, absorb the rules, and everything had a rule. Now lately, the last 10 or so years, they've gone to, well, if you think whatever a player does creates an unfair advantage for that player, that's a foul. And so it's basically what they're saying is it's your judgment, Mr. Official or Miss Official, make the call.
Which makes a lot of people upset.
I mean, they still have the rules, don't get me wrong, but like contact in basketball or contact in soccer, you know, you're really putting a lot of emphasis and onus on the officials to make that call. Now here comes Mount Vernon. Goal shot tried. Looks like maybe Josie Smith got him, maybe deflected that off a leg, because I think that time
corner kick, isn't it?
Lillian Geiser was trying to center it. Yep, it'll be a corner kick for Mount Vernon. Claire Nidegger, who has a goal back in the 3rd minute. Nidegger now set to go, and Mount Vernon lines everybody up about the 5-yard line, then they break towards the goal. So let's see what happens here. Nidegger gets the ball way up in the air. Headed up by Mount Vernon. Headed again. Hits the ground and tried to get a shot off, and knocked down was a Tiger player. Looked like the Mount Vernon player had a shot at it, and that goal shot goes up and over the goal. Well over the goal. It'll be a goal kick coming for Grinnell. Pretty good velocity on that one. Just got underneath it and rose up. Now the Tigers, again, trying to get it out of their end. Just about halfway through here this first period, 1-0 Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. It really goes off of Grinnell, so it'll be a throw-in for Mount Vernon. We have a sub coming in now for the Mustangs. Number 30, Liliana Gross coming in, replacing number 14, Claire Nidegger. So Nidegger has a goal, gets a bit of a break from Coach Angie Neese. And the Mustangs will throw it in. Ball headed out towards the middle. Goal attempt taken. Nice kick out by Seek right there to deflect that away. That takes some courage to stick, I know it's your leg or something, but still to stick your body part in front of somebody really unwinding on a ball, still got to sting a little bit.
Well, and you never know, is that thing going to have any lift on it after they kick it?
Right. Oh, now there's a breakout, 2-on-1. Ball coming down, and the pass, Logue was trying to hit her teammate, Lillian Geyser, but instead it went right to Marin Sherman. Easy save for Marin. That is a shot on goal. But Sherman makes the save, and now the ball centered out, headed back in by Frank. Frank heads it ahead now. Be careful here. Frank puts a shot on and deflected out again by Josie Smith. Wow. 2 times point-blank range.
Yep, getting right in front of the ball and taking care of business.
Do what you have to do as a player. To be a corner kick coming for the Mustangs. As they get lined up. Here, as you said, about the 5 or 4 yard line, and they will break to the ball, to their spots once they kick it. Here the ball's up in the air. Ball knocked down. Taylor Smith, you saw that speed there, sprinted in there and intercepted that. Frank was trying to get a header up there, but Smith stepped in and poked it away. Now Mount Vernon has to reset.
Yeah, Taylor's back was used as a springboard by Frank.
Now here come the Tigers. Seek, dribbling the ball down the field. Boots it out ahead. Seek giving chase. Also giving chase over there is Bailey Moore. Bailey on the far side. He gets punched out, tries to center, gets kicked out by Mount Vernon. 2 subs coming in for Grinnell. I believe that's number 2. That's Stefani Martin. Oh, no, that's Caponzo, I think.
Caponzo, yep.
And then number 12.
Claire Manette.
Claire Manette, yep. So Caponzo coming in. Leanis Rodriguez and number 1, Michaela Snodgrass, come out. And we have a whistle here. I think they threw it in before the ready for play signal was given.
Yep.
So referee Jeff Blanchard says not so fast. With apologies to Lee Corso. Ball tipped out and Mount Vernon keeps it in play. There was an example of it. The player was out of bounds but the ball stayed in play. Now the Mustangs on the attack. Trying to get a pass down to Logue, knocked away by Grinnell. Tigers trying to mount their own attack here. Gets a pass out of defense. And Bailey Moore over there. Caponzo has it. Caponzo has some pretty good speed. There's a pass ahead now to Seek. Seek down in the corner. It's going to roll down to Caponzo. Chases it down. Tries to get it back out to Seek, but it'll be a throw-in from the side for Grinnell. 17:20 and counting left to go here. First period. Our first period brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. 1-0. Mount Vernon with the lead, as you see in our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Tigers had to chase the ball down there for a moment. Now they get the ball into Taylor Smith. And it's being batted around, and Taylor tries to get past the defense. Good job of defense there by Mount Vernon. Now the ball is kicked off a Tiger player. Smith has it, passes out to the middle. Seek had it for a moment. Now they go back and chase it down. Some contact again, and that is Lillian Ford. And ball goes out of bounds off Mount Vernon to be a throw-in for Grinnell. Martinez gets it in now to Sadie Klein. Klein trying to work through the middle. Gets past a couple defenders. Now to Seek. Seek puts a shot on and gets a goal! Up over the outstretched hands of Kana Safo.
Well, that's from about 20 yards out. That's a nice poke there.
Yes, Caitlin Seek, a freshman, adds to her goal total, gets a goal here. We'll call it the 24th minute. Now has 6 goals on the season, and we are tied at 1 apiece. You can see that slow rise, Dan, and you thought it had a chance if it just stayed low enough to get that crossbar, but it did. And what a nice shot.
Yep. Switching out there after the goal, so Taylor Smith came out, Lillian Ford went in.
Okay. Wonder if Taylor's, because I know she's been out in the middle more, and they're kind of Wonder if Taylor's maybe a little bit under the weather. Hasn't seen the usual speed from her, so we'll try to keep an eye on that. Now we have a whistle and a violation, a foul on Grinnell. Be a free kick for the Mustangs. So Mount Vernon set to kick it in. Wait for the players to get set, and they booted over everybody and giving chase. And Sherman waited for it there as two players are closing in, but she grabs it and throws it out. Courtney Frank, a junior, has just been all over the field. A lot of speed and just up and down all over. There's a ball kicked out by Grinnell. Martinez tried, but Frank knocks it down. Frank gets past one defender, tries to get it out to the middle. Down the middle to Logue. Logue turns, puts a shot up, and Sherman makes the save. Marin Sherman with the save. Now a quick throw in to Grinnell, but right to Frank. Frank heads it back in, boots the ball up, heads it again. Now Frank giving chase. Martinez had it there. Let's see who they say went off of. Went off of Grinnell. Ooh. And now Frank has to tie a shoe, it looks like. Subs in for everybody. Number 23 for Grinnell checking in. That's Leanis Rodriguez. Number 20 checking in for Mount Vernon, Addison Mullis. And also, there's another player that came in. We'll try to get that number to you. And now the Mustangs will have a throw in. Frank down in the corner, kind of a box out move there. Gets past defenders. Be careful, but it's a shot up off of Sherman. Frank just boxed out, got the ball, and plowed through two defenders and got the goal.
Reminded me of a big center in the NBA. Just kind of take your position and back your way in and then turn around and take the shot.
So Courtney Frank gets a goal. We'll say the 26-minute mark. And it is 2-1. Mount Vernon regains the lead. Now the Tigers play it in at the center part of the field. Seek tries to get a long ball in there. Trying to hit number 23, Leanis Rodriguez. Ball goes out of bounds, kicked out by Mount Vernon, so Tigers will have a throw in. Now Manat has it here, check that. Lillian Ford has it there in the center. Down to Seek. Seek tries to boot it ahead. Again, one of the senior captains for Grinnell, Taylor Smith, is on the bench right now. Taking herself out, so we don't know if there's a illness or an injury or what's going on. And they boot the ball out to the middle, and Tigers try to play it in. Kicked back by Mount Vernon. Now here comes Grinnell to chase it down. Over to Snodgrass. Snodgrass tries to get it back. Seek bumps it down, being challenged by Geyser. Seek wins the battle and has the ball for the moment. Seek gets past another defender. Now she's dribbling down the field. Seek tries to get a centering pass. It's tipped by Mount Vernon. Loose there for a moment. And here comes Rodriguez coming in. Ball being joshed around, now cleared out by the Mustangs. Centering pass cleared out, knocked down by Sadie Klein. Klein back over to Seek. Now in the middle to Bailey Moore. A lot of contact, and they're going to say violation. That was number 13, Kaya Swain. Boy, you're right, Dan. They just came together and slammed shoulders, and neither one budged, so play on.
It's been pretty aggressive, and you know, I've noticed what you said earlier about how they kind of double up on Seek and Smith. Seek, she come across when she wasn't handling ball. She got roughed up pretty good by two girls from Mount Vernon.
So now Seek set to do a kick in. She tries to put a shot on and poked away nicely by Kano Safo. It'd be a corner kick for Grinnell, but she dove full out, just read it coming, and I don't think Caitlin got as much velocity on it as she would have liked, but nonetheless a nice play by Sano, and Tigers will have their first corner kick of the ball game.
It's kind of a tough play because that wind is almost coming straight north, so you got to offset yourself a little bit from the goal.
There's a corner kick ball that goes into the net. Couldn't get the spin on it, so it'll be a goal kick coming for Mount Vernon. Again, first of two games tonight. We'll have the boys game to follow about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. The Tiger boys and Mount Vernon boys will square off right here on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Be sure to check us out on all social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, and more. Tiger Sports Livestream Network. We're also on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in the search bar Tiger Sports Livestream. You'll come to our homepage. If you click on that, there's an offside call on Mount Vernon. So Tigers will get a free kick from about the 44-yard line. You get to our homepage on YouTube. If you click on the subscribe button, first of all, we'd appreciate that. And second of all, you'll be given a notification every time we have a broadcast. So that's how you can find us, Tiger Sports Livestream Network. All right, free kick coming here for the Tigers. Big old boot downfield, knocked down nicely by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs. That is, guess who? Nydigger in the middle. Now lead pass out, giving chase. Who's going to get there first? That's number 30, Liliana Gross. Shot on the goal, tipped away, and gets through the corner. Sherman dove for it, but just it stayed low. And I believe getting that goal looks like Logue. No, it's 22. Joey Latta. No, check that, number 20. My apologies. Addison Mullis, yep, because we heard the crowd say Addie. So Addison Mullis with the goal at the 29-minute mark. A couple subs in for Grinnell. Taylor Smith back out there, so that's good to see, Dan, that Taylor comes back out.
Number 5.
Number 5, Catherine Schubert in. Pass back down, booted back down by Mount Vernon. Taken back by the Mustangs. Avery Miller now battling with Claire Manat. Manat out in the middle to Smith. Smith ahead to Seek. Smith tries to get around the defender. Nice job by the defense. Smith chases it down, tracks it down. Gets past Geyser. There's a kick down to the corner. Now Smith tries to get it ahead. Nobody home. Now the ball is cleared back out by Mount Vernon. Knocked down by Schubert. And it's going to be, I think, a throw in for Mount Vernon. Yes. Either he quickly pointed and pulled it down, or I didn't see it. I'm going to go with probably both. Here comes Mustangs on the attack once again. Nydigger out in the middle now, trying to get out to the middle. Puts a shot up on goal, and Sherman jumps up and grabs it and secures it because Courtney Frank was right there, should there have been a rebound.
Well, and that north wind's kind of playing with it a little bit because you would think you'd have a lot of velocity going across there, and it's almost fallen into place.
Now the Tigers on the attack. That is Claire Manat. Over now to Seek. Seek battling Geyser with it. Seek tries to get over in the corner now. That's Martinez with it on the far side. Tries to get to the middle to Smith. Ball kicked off of Smith. Now back to this side. Picked up by Manat. Manat had it for a moment. Taken back by Mount Vernon. Still battling for it. Manat wins it momentarily. As you can see in our camera, a lot of contact, a lot of arms and forearms. As long as you don't grab and you're going for the ball, again, they let it go. There's a clearing pass tipped off a Mount Vernon player. Now the Mustangs have it. Here comes Frank. Frank gets it back to Avery Miller. Now back to Frank on the near side. Frank gets around 2 Tiger defenders. Now she kicks it ahead. Had Addison Mullis, who already has a goal, but a little too far, and that is cleared out of the zone by Isabel Hart. It'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. About 8.5 minutes left to go here in this first period. 3-1. Mount Vernon with the lead over Grinnell on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. There's a pass kicked down and giving chase is Mullis. But nice hustle that time by Smith, getting down there and beating Mullis to the ball. Or check that. That was number 30, Liliana Gross. And it's going to be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. 2 subs in for Grinnell. Number 2, Estefania Martinez. Number 6, Bailey Moore checking in. Replacing number 8, Josie Smith.
And number 11, Peyton Manat.
Yes. And Catherine Schubert also coming out for Grinnell. My apologies. It's Manat and Schubert coming out. All right, Tigers with the throw-in. Ball still controlled by Mount Vernon, now taken by Grinnell. Pass over to Seek, kicked away by Mount Vernon. Frank hustling down there. Frank wins the battle. Here comes Frank on the attack, trying to get around Josie Smith. Frank down in the deep corner looking to center it. Can't get her hips turned around. Now she does, but right there is the Tiger defense. It rolls out. And they said off of Mount Vernon, much as the groan of some fans and Coach Angie Neese, they thought it went off Grinnell, but ruled off Mount Vernon, so it'll be a goal kick coming for Grinnell.
Well, that's a good return because the one down here on the second goal by Frank, that was actually off Frank's thigh, and that got called off Grinnell. So they go each way a little bit.
They even out, usually. Tigers in a danger spot there. There's a shot. We just couldn't get turned around. That was number 20 once again. Mullis already has a goal. Just couldn't get turned around enough to get that squared up to the goal.
Lots of groans over here on the Mount Vernon side.
So Mustangs really keeping the pressure on the Tiger defense. And, again, Tigers just having all kinds of trouble clearing it out of their zone. Now Sherman's going to boot it over here to the near side. The Tigers look to clear. There's a ball booted ahead, but goes out of bounds. Off of Grinnell will be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. Pass in now. Mustangs on the attack. Ball knocked up in the air. Taken back by Grinnell. Then taken back by Mount Vernon. Miller down in the corner. And do they say it went out of bounds? Yes.
Off. Frank kicked it out of bounds.
So it'll be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Trying to get the ball into Taylor Smith. And right there is Frank. Basically kind of bounced Taylor out of the way. A lot of pushing and shoving on that, and both players, again, you play on. I'm going to go back to the basket post, and I like a lot of physical play, so I'll take it. I don't know if all coaches or players would agree with me, but I like it when you get physical. Let the players decide it. Mount Vernon looking to mount one more attack. I will say their passes are crisp. They know exactly what they don't wait. They know where they're going with it, and it's under control.
Yeah, they have a lot of control handling the ball too. I don't know if Frank is going anywhere to extend her play of beyond high school playing soccer, but she definitely is a very good player.
Ball thrown in now by Mount Vernon is loose for a moment, taken back by Grinnell. Here comes Taylor Smith with it in the middle. Tries to get it over now to Seek. Seek on the far side. Boots it out ahead now to Martinez. Martinez has the ball knocked away, but taken back by Grinnell. Here comes Seek. Has been out here on the near side. Smith in the middle. Ball knocked loose for a moment now. Passed over to Smith. Smith out in the middle. Reverses field. Kicks it back down here to Seek. Seek looking to get it down to maybe Manat. Now Seek gets past some defenders. Tries to get it back to the middle. Now Frank, there she is again, stepping in and knocking that ball off, but Tigers still have it. Trying to get a shot lined up is Grinnell. A pass through. Gets loose. Grinnell still has it. Smith going to line it up, trying to get some space to get a shot off. And taken away by Mount Vernon. Now back to Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith a boot on it and just wide left. So nice wide left there. Safefield lets it go by, and good velocity on that one.
Right. Well, and not to discount our two better ball handlers of Seek and Smith. Their ball handling is up there in the highs, and Smith's going to go on to Simpson College, and Seek, for only being a freshman, that's pretty impressive too, stepping on the field as a starter right off the bat.
So Rodriguez comes out for Grinnell. I'll try to get the name of the player who came in for them. Here's a goal kick by Mount Vernon, headed up by Frank, who seems like we say her name a lot. She's been all over the field, as Dan mentioned. Very good player for the Mustangs. There's a stolen away by Sadie Klein. Klein boots it ahead. Manat giving chase, not going to win the battle, but it does go out of bounds off of Mount Vernon. So Tigers have a throw in. If they can work quickly, they throw it in quickly. Smith has it. Seek puts a shot up and just couldn't get it lined up. You can see the ball kind of bounce on the right as she went to kick it and couldn't get it where she wanted to go.
But still, heads up play. Looking at what's going on in the field, that's a good deal.
3-1, Mount Vernon with the lead, as you see in our Kursk Collision Center scoreboard. 3 minutes, 20 seconds up to go here in period one. Mustangs boot the ball out. And over there is Nidegger trying to get it back in to reset. Not sure. Again, good crisp passes by the Mustangs. The ball stays low to the ground. It goes right to the player. It doesn't bounce usually. There's a ball up in the air. Looking to get to Frank, who was uncovered for a moment. Now they boot it up in the air and knocked down by Grinnell. Looked like it might touch the player's elbow, but we play on. They can call a handball even if you don't mean to. If the ball hits any part of your upper arm, the referee can call it. Again, a judgment call if they do or don't. Nidegger now on the far side. Has Frank here on the near side, 2 players in the middle. Nidegger maneuvering, gets past the defense. Looking to get something squared up. Fakes the shot, gets it poked away by Smith. Nice job by Taylor Smith. Looked like Nidegger was set to pass it and tipped away by Taylor Smith. Just over 2 minutes left to go here in this first period. That ball was out of bounds off of Grinnell. Be a throw in here for the Mustangs. 2 subs waiting to come in for Grinnell when they're beckoned by the referee. That's the other thing. The subs can't come in. It's not every dead ball. It's only when they're beckoned by the official. Mount Vernon has another throw in here. Had to chase the ball down. And now the Mustangs get the ball in. Geyser has it. Out by the 20. Geyser sprinting towards the middle. Knocked away by Sieg. There's some contact. And Mount Vernon player goes down. We play on. Taylor Smith now has it. Trying to advance the ball up. Tries to get it to Sieg. Intercepted by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs. Nice play that time by Josie Smith. That might have prevented a 2-on-1. Now the ball's rolled down and Marion Sherman comes up and scoop it up to stop that attack. Quickly gets it out. Knocked back in by Mount Vernon. It seems like the Mustangs are everywhere, almost like they're reading Grinnell's mind. They're just beating the Tigers to every loose ball right now, Dan.
Yeah, and I don't know why they don't take more advantage of the wind being at their back and put the ball on the ground and get a good kick and clear out a little bit.
There's a foul called on Mount Vernon, I guess, on Frank. Okay. Battling 18 Sadie Klein for that one. Under a minute left to go. 3-1 Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Tigers have a chance to maybe get one last attack run going. Smith takes the ball herself. Dribbles through traffic. Smith has good speed. Smith now boots it out ahead. Steek giving chase. Their goalkeeper coming out to grab it. She scoops it up. Good play by Kana Safo to win that foot race and scoop it up. Sano boots it out of there. Now Mount Vernon looking to get something going. Geyser now with the ball, tries to pass to the middle, and here come the Mustangs on the attack. Good shot on goal. Again, knocked down by Grinnell. How many times have we seen Josie Smith or a Tiger player get their body in front of it? At least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, at least.
So that goes off Grinnell out of bounds. Quick thrown by the Mustangs with 1, with 0, and that is it. We are at half. 3-1, Mount Vernon with the lead here at halftime. We'll take this break for our sponsors and say you're watching Grinnell High School Soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley Eyes in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments. So no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Boone.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley's in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee, cappuccino, and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, getting ready to start this second half. 3-1 Mount Vernon with the lead. Give a recap of the scoring. Mustangs got on the board first. 3 minutes in, Claire Nidegger had a shot to make it 1-0 Mount Vernon. Then the Tigers come back in the 24th minute. They get a goal by Caitlin Seek from about 20 yards out, up and over the outstretched arms of the goalkeeper. Ties it up at 1. Then Mount Vernon gets 2 goals pretty much back-to-back. Courtney Frank gets one at the 26-minute mark, and Addison Mullis at the 29-minute mark. And that's where we stand, 3-0. Check that, 3-1. Mount Vernon with the lead. Getting set to start this second period. Our second period brought to us by Brett Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Chris, Junie, Dan Walker here with you on a Thursday. Looks like the threat of rain has passed and the wind maybe has calmed down a little. We'll see. Tigers going to play it in. Of course, as you can see, the teams flip ends. So now Grinnell will be going from left to right. There's a pass down intended for Smith. Gets past her, goes down in the corner, and it's just booted back toward the goalkeeper, who will knock it down. Safel will knock it down and boot it out to the Mustangs. That is Logue on the far side, trying to get out ahead to Frank. Kicked back by Grinnell. Now it's booted up in the air, taken down by Smith. Now the ball's loose for a moment. Smith gets there and wins the battle, but then Mount Vernon knocks it down and gets it right back. Logue on the far side, trying to get past the Tiger defense. Tigers much, at least early on, Dan, much more aggressive and then really up in the faces of Mount Vernon here.
Yeah, well, you know, that first half was a pretty, tyrosine. That's a ugly word there. Physical and fast moving, I want to say that, it puts a little stress on the body. So a well-deserved break that probably both teams needed at the half.
Here comes Frank now on a run out. Sherman comes down and just beats her to it. Another step, and Frank would have had a wide open net, but Sherman boots it out of there. Now Tigers are on the attack. Here's Smith ahead, trying to get it out to Rodriguez. Ball centered back by Grinnell, punched back in by Mount Vernon. Tigers will look to clear it again. Now the ball gets loose. Frank has a run out this time. Frank looks to get a shot on, tries to get a shot at goal. Stopped by Sherman, scoops up the rebound before Neidigger could swoop in. So another save by the freshman, Marin Sherman. And Mount Vernon maintaining their aggressiveness. Tigers, that time Josie Smith had the ball go loose, and
I think that was Isabel Hart on this
oh,
side.
Isabel Hart, okay, is number 9. All right, thank you. Number 8, Josie Smith checking in for Leanis Rodriguez. Now Grinnell's going to try to get a throw and a Mount throw attack. And now to Taylor Smith. Taylor boots it up, goes out of bounds. She kind of bends over like, what did I do? And it'll be a throw-in coming for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it does look like Josie Smith has her left thigh taped up there, or at least a compression wrap on it.
Might have a cramp or maybe strained her quad a little bit there. We noticed that she was coming off at halftime with a pretty good limp and kind of grabbing that quad. Tigers on the throw-in, trying to get it into Smith. She's surrounded again by 2 Mustang defenders. Now booted out of there by Mount Vernon and taken down by Josie Smith. Smith just boots it out of bounds, and Tiger defense will reset. Throw-in coming for the Mustangs. 3-1 Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. First of 2 games we have for you. Well, the boys' game to follow about 15 minutes at the conclusion of this one right here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Ball batted around. Now Smith has it. Boots it out ahead. Gets past the defense. Tries to get it ahead now to Bailey Moore. And ball loose. Taken back by Mount Vernon. Mustangs always have people, seems like, in the right spots. There's a pass picked off, intended for Manat. Had a foot on it. Let's see if she can win the race. Knocked back and taken back by the Mustangs, but right back to Grinnell. Mount Vernon trying to get it cleared out of their zone. Now the Mustangs, Lily Cook boots it out ahead. Frank gets it down, and here comes Neidigger on a run out, but getting there first is number 9, Isabel Hart. And Isabel kind of blocks her off and boots it out of bounds. A couple of near misses for Mount Vernon here early on in this second half.
Yeah, they are still being very aggressive, which, that's something you have to do. You want to win the ball game, you got to stay on the ball.
So Mount Vernon now has the throw in. Frank, who we've called her name a lot tonight, the junior for the Mustangs, very active all over the field. She's been at both ends of the field and really playing all out. Mustangs will have a throw in. There comes the throw in. Ball bounced around, taken back by Lily Cook. Cook being shadowed by Lillian Ford. Cook gets knocked down, ball still in play. Tigers have it for the moment. Now booted out of bounds by Grinnell as Addison Mullis was closing in. Another throw in coming for the Mustangs, thrown in by Lily Cook. Surveying the defense, tries to throw into a teammate. Taylor Smith steps in front. He gets past her, but off of Mount Vernon, I think. It's going to roll across the end line to be a goal kick coming for Grinnell and Marin Sherman. 3-1 is your score. Sherman now boots it in and gets it out to Taylor Smith. Smith passes it over, tries to lob it up ahead. Lily Cook knocks it down, taken back by Lillian Ford. Ford has it now, looking it, trying to get past the defense. Being checked and guarded by number 5, Lily Cook. Smith has it now. Taylor Smith trying to battle folks. He goes out of bounds, I think poked out by Mount Vernon. Yes, there'll be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Throw the ball in, trying to get it down to number 17, Lillian Ford, but knocked out by Frank. Another throw-in for Grinnell. Now Seek has it in the middle. Seek, guarded by Frank. Frank gets a step on it, boots the ball away. Now Neidigger comes in and intercepts the pass. Here come the Mustangs on the attack. Ball knocked around the midfield. Trying to get an attack run going is Mount Vernon. Now kicked back and taken back by Grinnell. Oh, knocked loose, and here's a loose ball. Frank was giving chase, but Baron Sherman comes out of the goal net and scoops that up to make that save. Be a goal kick coming in for Grinnell. Our next broadcast, as we said, is 1 week from tonight. Tigers boys and girls will host Mount Vernon. Oh, there's a pass cut out. Neidigger hit off Neidigger, almost went back to the goal, but went wide left. Sub coming in now for Grinnell. Kapanzu checking in. Replacing number 12, Claire Manat. So Kapanzu in for Manat. And once we get ready for play, Sherman will play it in. Now boot out to midfield, but the pass intercepted by Mount Vernon, taken right back by Taylor Smith. Head to Seek, now to Kapanzu on the far side. Kapanzu try to get it back to Smith, taken away by Mount Vernon. Pass ahead, knocked up, popped up by Grinnell, headed back by Smith. And Frank was looking at it, but now ball's loose. Taken down by Grinnell, and Tigers just kick it out of bounds to get their defense a chance to reset. Lily Cook, my apologies, Mount Vernon fans. Lily Cook set to throw it in. Cook gets it into Frank. Frank boots it out in the middle now to Mullis. Check that, Avery Miller. Miller being chased down by Kapanzu. Kapanzu gets a foot on it, ball still in bounds, and taken back by Grinnell, then booted up and out. Couldn't tell who got that. They haven't turned yet, but the wind grabbed that one. Now the wind's suddenly picking up here a little bit.
It is. The old USA flag is standing straight out.
Now knocked down by the Tigers. Collision midfield. Mount Vernon gets the ball controlled. Lillian Ford out there trying to get it ahead. Now Frank has it. Courtney Frank, a junior. Back now to Lily Cook. Cook's pass tipped away by Grinnell, taken back by Mount Vernon. Mustangs try to get it ahead, and Lily Frank was on a run out, but then a little too far. Be a throw in for Grinnell. Sub in for the Tigers, number 23, Landis Rodriguez checking in. For number 17, Lillian Ford. Ball thrown in now. Rodriguez has it. And gets tipped away by Mount Vernon. Over now to Cook. Cook. Pass knocked down by Smith. Back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get control. Works past two defenders. Ball tipped up in the air. Bouncing around. And Cook has it. Back now to Mount Vernon. Mustangs over now to Frank right here below us. Pass in the middle to Cook. Tries to get it down field and kicked out by Grinnell. Be a throw in coming for Mount Vernon. So Mustangs set to throw it in. You got Frank, and there's Frank trying to break down field, and the ball's loose for just a moment. There's Josie Smith and Frank in a foot race. Frank kind of shields her from getting to it, goes across the end line. It's going to be a corner kick for the Mustangs. Nice job by Frank there. She knew she couldn't get to it, so she prevented the Tiger play from kicking it.
Yeah, and we have seen the speed of Frank all night, and Josie Smith almost went right ahead of her. So good job there on Josie's to run that out.
So Neidigger set to do the corner kick. Again, the Mustangs line up about the 5-yard line. They'll break as he approaches the ball. Ball's up in the air and chested down by the Tigers. Now the Tigers have it. Here comes Seek on the attack. Rodriguez up the right side. She puts it up ahead off the back of Rodriguez, and Cook gets control. There's Seek again with the ball for a moment, then poked out by Rodriguez. Back to Seek. Now back to Rodriguez. And gets around her is the Mount Vernon offensive player, and that kick goes out of bounds. It'll be taken as a throw-in by Grinnell.
For Grinnell, I think they have to take full advantage there when Frank was still on the backside of the field. When you got a run out, you just need to keep running. Get her in your back rearview mirror.
Madrid replaces Martinez for the Tigers. There's a ball booted up and out of bounds by Grinnell. It's going to be Mount Vernon throw-in. 28:50 left to go here in the match. 3-1 Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Mustangs and Tigers doing battle. There's Bailey Moore out in the center of the field. Using her arm and shoulder to keep people off. Then Caponzo stepped in, and now Seek has it about the 30. Taken away nicely by Miranda Sellner. Now back to Grinnell. Tigers have to reset. Pass intercepted by Frank, who's staying right with Taylor Smith. Frank maneuvers around the Tiger defense. Boots it out ahead. Now she has Nidegger on a run out, and Sherman just beats her to it. Nidegger turned and kind of pointed back at Frank like a nice pass. That was kind of my bad. Right idea, but Sherman makes the save. Sherman has to pick it up there. It's coming in. It was Addison Mullis. Now we're going to get a violation here. Jeff Blanchard coming down to talk to the Tiger goalkeeper. I wonder if once you set it down, you can't pick it up again. So it's going to be, look like it's going to be a penalty kick for Mount Vernon. Yeah, because Marin Sherman set the ball down. Number 20 for Mount Vernon, Addison Mullis, raced in there. And
that's point of foul, so it's in the box.
Yeah, it's right there in the box. So it'll be a penalty kick. Taken by Mount Vernon. So referee Jeff Blanchard made the call, explained to the goalkeeper how you can't pick it back up once you set it down. It looked like that might have been something Mount Vernon talked about because Mullis raced right up there. And knowing that Sherman, if she had to kick it, she could not pick it up. So Tigers trying to line across the net and the goal. Mullis gets it over. Nidegger puts a shot up and sneaks it through the corner. Pass over to Nidegger, assist to Mullis in the far left-hand corner. Hits the post but trickles back in the net. And it is 4-1 Mustangs. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a rough one too because you're all lined up across there. Only the goalie could go ahead and put her hands on the ball, and the rest of you got to stand there and use your feet. So
Nidegger gets her second goal at the 34-minute mark, and it is 4-1 Mustangs. Now the Tigers set to play it in. There's a ball booted up, and it's just going to sail right out of bounds. Taylor Smith gave it a chase, but not there. And it will be Mustangs on the throw-in. Smith intercepts the pass, heads it down, but taken right back by Mount Vernon. Now the Mustangs trying to mount the attack. Mullins out in the middle of the field. Check that. That's Avery Miller out in the middle. And we have a violation called on Grinnell. Be a free kick coming for Mount Vernon. So Mustangs will play it, and there's a long ball thrown up there. Chased down by Isabel Logue. And it goes out of bounds off of her, and it will be a Tiger throw-in. Sub coming in now for Grinnell, number 17, Lillian Ford checking in. Replacing number 6, Bailey Moore. Another sub getting ready to come in as well as Michaela Snodgrass. And Snodgrass is allowed to come in and replacing Caponzo. And once we get ready to go, it'll be a throw-in for Grinnell. Big throw-in trying to get the ball down to Seek, and she is shadowed quite nicely there by the Mount Vernon defender. That's number 15, Miranda Sellner. As we said, the Tigers' two main goal scorers are Seek and Smith. And Mount Vernon, just like we saw with CPU Tuesday, has had a lot of attention paid to those two players with good reason. Mustangs get the ball back. Cook gets it around, trying to get it down to Frank. Frank with a nice move gets past the defense, but poked out of there by Grinnell. What a nice move by Frank, Courtney Frank. As Dan said, it'd be interesting to see to know if she was going to go play soccer elsewhere. Definitely has the skill set, or a good skill set. Now the pass going down in the corner. Here comes Logue. Logue lining up a shot, puts it up in the air, And is that in the net?
Yep.
It was. It is a goal. So Logue just lofts it up and over Marin Sherman. I think it kind of fooled Marin. I think Marin thought maybe it was going to be wide, but it went over her head and just stuck in that corner, and is now 5-1 Mount Vernon.
So as we get lined up here for the goal, we want to give a shout out to our Strand Theater. So if we don't have soccer or any sports going on, go ahead and shop locally here in Grinnell, the Strand Theater. Again, I'll throw that up there. There's the 3 movies that are starting tomorrow, and they'll run all the way through next Thursday night. So give a little love to our local businesses.
Strand Theater, one of our business card sponsors. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see. And why not? Go enjoy a meal in one of our fine downtown dining establishments, then check out a movie at the Strand Theater. Tigers set to play it in, staring down a 4-goal deficit, trailing 5-1 on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Now there's a long pass ahead. Neidigger running out and giving chase is Grinnell. And Sherman comes out and scoops it up and stops that attack. Very impressed with Mount Vernon thus far. There's a pass intercepted, taken back by Sellner. Sellner puts a shot on. Ball's loose for a moment. Sherman dives for it, but nobody else was around. Mount Vernon fans got a little excited. The rebound was loose there for the taking, but nobody was there, so Sherman picks it up and stops that threat. Frank heads the ball down. Boots it out ahead. Frank closing in. And it's poked out of there by Grinnell. And it'll be a throw-in for Mount Vernon on the side. Again, very solid ball club is Mount Vernon. Their passes are crisp, precise. The ball never gets more than 2 or 3 feet ahead of them when they're dribbling downfield. There's a ball cleared out by Smith. And the Mustangs will have to reset. Neidigger has it. Try to get the pass back to Logue. Goes off of Logue out of bounds, and it will be a throw in for Grinnell. A lot of subs in for everybody. For Grinnell, number 5 checking in, Catherine Schubert. We got number 21, 30, and 36. So Lillian Geyser, Liliana Gross, and Ashley Lashley checking in. Or check that. Taylor Frank checking in for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. Ball bounced around off of Grinnell Tigers' head and controlled by Grinnell. Just like we saw the first half, a lot of the action being played down in the Grinnell Tiger defensive end. Tigers having a very tough time getting out of their own end to mount even an attack to try a goal. There's the ball booted up, chased down by Mount Vernon. Down in the corner, let's see who poked it. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick for Grinnell. Sub coming in now for the Tigers, number 15, Haley Emery, checking in. A freshman, replacing Michaela Snodgrass. So both Coach Stephen Seek and his counterpart Angie Neese going to the benches, getting a lot of subs in. Just about halfway through this second period. Our second period brought to us by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance. There's a shot on goal trying to take by number 21, Lillian Geyser, but blocked down by Josie Smith, who, as Dan said, was busy in the first half, blocking a lot of shots with the leg and body, and so much so she has a wrap on her left quad, her left leg, her thigh. Mount Vernon now set to throw it in. Well, the boys game to follow again about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, right here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Ball played down, knocked off, and a Mount Vernon player hits the deck. We play on. Ball passed back. Mount Vernon trying to get a goal off. Shot blocked down by Grinnell. Cleared by Grinnell, and here come the Tigers. Tigers out ahead. Trying to get the pass ahead, but taken down by Cook. Cook now has the ball taken back by Manat. Manat and Cook battling. And the ball gets knocked down by Mount Vernon. Loose there in the center, taken by Grinnell for the moment. Isabel, check that. Lillian Ford battling, and now cleared back out by Mount Vernon. Punched back in by Grinnell. Smith has it in the middle. Smith trying to go down the right side. Taylor being chased down by Frank. Frank says, "You're not getting away from me." And A lot of pushing and shoving, which they let go. Smith gets past Frank, spins around, tries to center it, and the pass is tipped out. And let's see, Frank gets it down in the corner, so we're still in play. Now here come the Mustangs. Frank gets the ball back on the give and go. Mustangs trying to clear. Now Lashley has it for just a moment. Ball booted out by Grinnell. So be a throw-in coming for the Mustangs. Sub waiting to come in for Grinnell is Claire Neidigger. Go check that. Jolene Dostal set to come in when play resumes here. Smith tries to knock it down. Ball's loose for a moment, taken back by Grinnell. Lashley has it in the middle, bounced around. Now Selner has it. As Mount Vernon pulls it back out to reset. Cook tried to control it, but she couldn't. It was out of bounds off her. It'll be a throw-in for Grinnell. We have a sub coming in. Dostal set to check in for number 12, Claire Manat. Throw-in coming for Grinnell. That time is tipped down by Lillian Forward. Nobody home. Mount Vernon has it. Now Seek gets it over to Smith. Smith down in the corner. Again being chased by Frank. Smith boots the ball up. And Taylor just pulls the jersey up like, what was I doing there? That was just obviously a miss-hit. Tried to get a kick up to spin in the goal, but just couldn't get it to drop in. Subs in for Grinnell, number 2, Estefania Martinez, and number 18, Sadie Klein. Coming in, and Taylor Smith and Catherine Schubert will check out. Again, we saw Taylor taking what appears to be some type of medication or something, so we hope she's feeling better. And we are set to play it in with a goal kick by Mount Vernon. Kick cleared out, kicked down by Seek. Gets past the defense, trying to pass ahead to Seek. Ball's knocked down and taken back by Mount Vernon. Frank had it for a moment, then booted out of there by Grinnell. Here comes Seek on a run out. She is checked by Kaya Swain. Seek on the left side now reverses field, trying to get a shot lined up, puts a shot up, deflected by Mount Vernon. Another shot deflected by Mount Vernon. Seek has it back and scooped up by Safo. So good flurry of action there on the Tigers' offensive end.
Yeah, actually got past that defensive line, and it was kind of interesting. I think it's fatigue setting in because you didn't have the flurry advancing along with it.
So ball cleared out by Mount Vernon, and giving chase down there is Lillian Geyser. And Josie Smith is back there as well, and Geyser, or Smith, boots it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in coming for the Mustangs. A little over 17 minutes left to go in the match. 5-1, Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. In our second period, brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. Chris Juney and Dan Walker here with you on this Thursday night. Now the Tigers must have been a violation called. Tigers get a free kick. So Grinnell boots it up and it spins away, goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. Taylor Smith set to check back in at the next opportunity for the Grinnell. And the ball is being retrieved by the ball boys, and here we go. Oh, they're going to give a throw into Grinnell. My apologies. Now Smith gets to check in. Taylor coming in, replacing number 9, Isabel Hart.
Which kind of puts Taylor back in a little bit of kind of relax. I don't want to say relax mode, but you don't have to run the full football field at that point when you're playing the defender line.
Again, we don't want to speculate, but we know that Taylor's been on the defensive side more than the offense, and as Dan said, it's less running, and obviously not 100%, whatever the cause is, whether it's in some type of injury or soreness or just sickness. And Taylor trying to get it out. Pass is loose for a moment. Cook has a Tiger swarm to the ball. Now Frank takes it here on the near side. And it's poked out by Grinnell. It'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. A couple of very impressive juniors. Courtney Frank and Lily Cook for Mount Vernon. There's a ball cleared out by Mount Vernon, booted up by Grinnell. It's now boxed down, and Frank using, again, that same boxing out motion we've seen. Now Taylor Smith steps in and gets the ball secured and pokes it loose. Taylor retreats back to the defensive end, and Mount Vernon will reset. Frank now gets loose past the defense. Centering pass out in the middle to Liliana Gross. Gross now on the far side, head to Logue. Logue on the attack, has players in the middle. Mount Vernon staying on sign. Logue passes to the center, tries to get a shot off, intercepted by Grinnell, and poked out by Grinnell. It's going to be a corner kick for Mount Vernon. You can just see, Dan, as they started that attack, the players running with her looked, and they saw they were off. So they stepped back to make sure they stayed on side.
Yeah. And you know, one thing that was kind of unique there was Taylor of being on the offensive line, of being leading that charge. You know, we saw once she knew where she had to be. She got back. She come back over there, and she was actually going at a good angle to lead that ball off on the opposite side.
Corner kick now. Frank had a header shot on it, but kind of bounced off her knee and went just wide right of the goal. So Tigers dodge one there. 3 subs come in for Grinnell. 12, 23, and 29. Claire Manat, Leanis Rodriguez, and Ruby Zimson-Campy checking in for Grinnell. Be a goal kick coming for Marin Sherman. Sherman now boots it down and out over to Taylor Smith. Taylor kicks it here to the near side. Tigers trying to clear it out, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Tigers cannot stop it. Goes out of bounds. To be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. Mustangs throw it in. Trying to keep that attack going. Lashley tries to center it down to Geyser. Geyser turns, tries to get a pass in to Liliana Gross. It's knocked away by Grinnell, and it'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. On the far side, Selner now has it. Selner tries to get out to the middle. Surrounded by 2 Tigers, gets past him, and now the ball is loose in the middle. Kicked away by Grinnell, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Mount Vernon. Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the match. 5-1, Mount Vernon with the lead, as you see in our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. There's a pass, couldn't be controlled by Lashley, and it goes out of bounds off of her. Be a Tiger throw-in. And the ball gets bounced out, and a little confusion. The official looked for a moment and then pointed towards Mount Vernon. So it must have went off a Grinnell player, so Mount Vernon gets the throw-in. Mustangs have it on the far side. Trying to get past that Tiger defense. That goes off Grinnell, so it will be, I think he mentioned a goal. It goes off of Mount Vernon, so it'll be a goal kick coming. Caponzi now checking in for Grinnell, replacing number 11, Peyton Manat. So Marin Sherman, the freshman goalkeeper, will do the honors. Marin's had a busy night tonight, no doubt. Made some great saves. Ball played back in by Mount Vernon, taken by Taylor Smith. Smith has the ball poked away, but regains control. Now to Seek. Seek up ahead. Tigers trying to mount some type of attack. Just get it out of their own end. Good defense by the Mustangs. Ball's loose for a moment and kind of poked back towards the middle. Now 2 players running for it, but taken back by the Mustangs. It just seems like they're in the right spot every time where the ball is. There's always seems like there's a white jersey right there, Dan.
Yeah, and we just can't. I mean, when we try to take advantage of a run out, they are stepping in line every time. Quite.
So Tigers get the ball cleared out. Again, the ball just kind of rolling loose there in front of the goal, and Mount Vernon was closing on it, but the Tigers get it booted out of there. Goes off Grinnell out of bounds. Be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. Sub coming in now for the Mustangs, number 14, Clara Neidigger, replacing Courtney Frank. That young lady, the coach nods and gives her a high five. That young lady's played a whale of a game. Mount Vernon has, in general, played a pretty good ball game. Lillian Geyser trying to get a goal lined up. Geyser can't get turned around, knocked away by Grinnell. Mustangs keep it back in play. Ball trickling over to the far sideline. Kicked around by both players. Jostling for it. Grinnell, I think, no. Goes out of bounds off of Mount Vernon, so it'll be a throw-in for Grinnell. 2 subs coming in for Grinnell. Isabel Hart and Lillian Ford. No, they wave it off, all right? The official put the flag up for the sub, but they didn't allow them to come in, so Taylor Smith takes it back. Gets it back now over to Caponzu. Caponzu has the ball knocked loose by Mount Vernon. Smith steps up and intercepts it, and here comes Taylor Smith. Smith trying to get it down ahead to Seek. Knocked back by Mount Vernon, but Smith takes it back. Pass to Seek once again on the far side. Out in the middle, gets past Seek, and Mount Vernon regains control. Back and forth we go with the ball. Caponzu had it. Is bumped off the ball by Mount Vernon defender. Tigers giving chase. The ball taken down. Neidigger steps in front, but so does Smith. Smith saw that coming. A nice job by Taylor. Knocked that down. Taylor gets a boot on it. Tries to get it to Rodriguez. Ball is knocked loose again. Taken back by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs on a shot. Knocked down by Sherman. Lillian Geyser with a pretty good shot at the goal, and Sherman knocks it down. It'll be a throw-in for Grinnell. Now Smith down in the corner. Gets it out past Neidigger. Knocked down by Caponzu. But knifing in there is Selner. And here come the Mustangs on the attack. Grinnell pokes it loose, and now taken by the Tigers. Sadie Klein dribbling down the field. Poked away by Cook, right to Caponzu, kicks it out of bounds. Going to be a Mount Vernon throw-in. Had to wait for the chase down. And then the Sun's trying to poke its way out. And now we have a stoppage. There's a Tiger player down, Jeff Blanchard. That's Josie Smith. She was 10 and she just dropped to one knee, and Jeff Blanchard saw it, so they stopped the game. And Josie has to come out.
Yeah, she took a pretty good, when she was doing that run out to stop and kick that out, she took a pretty good roll all the way out. So
Isabel Hart checking in as well. Also number 18, Sadie Klein. So now Mount Vernon will throw it in. Taylor Smith intercepts the throw in. Taylor trying to dribble down. Gets past one defender. Gets past two, but couldn't get past Cook. Was out of bounds. Off of Grinnell. Nice footwork and speed there. A little burst by Taylor, but just trying to dodge three defenders as they've sent 2 and 3 defenders at her most of the night. This is not working. Now here's a run out by Liliana Gross. Being chased down. Gross has a shot at it. She pokes it to, and Sherman makes the save. She actually kicked that, running to her left with her right foot. Try to poke it. Pass intercepted by Mount Vernon. Mustangs keeping that pressure on. Centering pass knocked away by Grinnell. Spins away from Mount Vernon player. Over now to Caponzu. Now Ashley has it. In the center to Selner. Selner down to Neidigger. And ball goes out of bounds off Grinnell. Throw in coming for the Mustangs. Lily Cook, the junior defensive specialist or defensive player and midfielder, doing the honors. There's a throw in now. Down to Gross. Kicked out, taken out by Taylor Smith. Taylor trying to dodge around traffic. Boots it off of Gross out of bounds. It should be a Grinnell throw in, and it is. Taylor Smith trying to get the ball intercepted by Mount Vernon, taken back by Smith. Over now to Lillian Ford. Ford battling Neidigger for it. Good battle. They're locked arms there for a moment. Now they break loose. Kind of like
I tell you
locking arms up.
It's a no-hold bar out here.
Like I said, I love it. I like let the players decide it. Good battle on both sides of the ball there. Kicked away by Lashley. It'll be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Coming up on 6.5 minutes left to go in the match. In their second period, brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. Mount Vernon leads Grinnell 5-1. As you see in our Curse Collision Center scoreboard, that ball goes off of, well, it went out of bounds, but there was no signal. I guess it's off of Grinnell, so Mount Vernon's going to throw it in. I didn't see a referee raise a flag. Taylor Smith steps in front of the throw-in. Smith trying to get out ahead to Rodriguez, but it's knocked back by Mount Vernon. Taken down by Grinnell. Booted back over and knocked down by Grinnell again. Trying to hit Liliana Gross, their freshman, for a possible goal. Cleared out by Isabel Hart. Now the ball booted down by Mount Vernon. Giving chase is Nidegger. Going to get to it before it goes out of bounds. Nope, Smith watches it trickle out of bounds. It should be, I think, a corner kick for Mount Vernon. Sub coming in for Grinnell now, number 8, Josie Smith back in the game. That's good to see Josie come back in after a brief rest. We're going to get a new goalkeeper coming in for Mount Vernon. 0-0, looks like Aubrey Ford. Well, they're not going to let her come in just yet. And I thought they pointed like a goal kick. Now they're going to give it to or a corner kick. Now they're going to give it to Grinnell. Pass intercepted by Mount Vernon. Out in the center, there's a shot on goal, knocked down by
Isabel Hart.
Isabel Hart that time. And Smith clears it out to Ford. Rodriguez now giving chase. Rodriguez tries to boot it out ahead. It's taken back by Mount Vernon. Oh, Avery Lashley. A big collision there. And two players go down. They're going to say a foul was called by on Allie Lashley, so it'll be a free kick coming for Grinnell.
Claire Manat got mixed up on that far side.
So Tigers set to do a free kick here. We have a couple of subs waiting. And I believe we're waiting for that ready to play signal. And here we go. Smith boots it up in the air. Headed up nicely by Mount Vernon. Headed again by the Mustangs, and they gain control. Mustangs starting their attack run. There's a long pass down. Gets past everybody. Liliana Gross giving chase, but right to Sherman, who scoops it up to make the save.
I don't understand that dangerous pass, letting that thing linger out there like that.
Yep. Now we have a ball on the side, and we're going to get subs in for the game here, I think. Jeff Blanchard held it up. It's going to be substitutions. Now a new goalkeeper coming in. Aubrey Ford replacing Kana Safo. And number 15, Haley Emery, coming in for Grinnell.
And number 5, Catherine Schubert.
So new players in, new goalkeeper for the Mustangs, as we have 3:40 left to go here in the match. And now the clock has started again, and here come the Mustangs on the attack. Safe to say, and the score reflects that, but the ball has been down in the Mustang offensive end, the Tiger defensive end, I would say probably about 80% of this match. They have just had relentless pressure. Tigers having a hard time even clearing it out, and Mustangs just all kinds of opportunities, keeping Marion Sherman very busy. Sherman now gets it loose. Ball's deflected and booted up, and boy, another dangerous play there. Liliana Gross came riding in there and went off for her, but went straight up and did not score a goal, but a dangerous play nonetheless. Now we're going to get a foul called on Mount Vernon. 2:55 left to go here in the match. 5-1, Mount Vernon with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Ball played in by Grinnell. Now the Tigers boot it back, and their two defenders jump at Taylor Smith. She gets past both of them. Nice move there. Smith trying to go up the far side. It's booted up ahead, off of Mount Vernon, out of bounds. Should be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. And we got a sub coming in now. Jolene Dostal checking in for Grinnell, replacing number 1, Michaela Snodgrass. So Smith waits for the ready-to-play signal. And here we go. 2 minutes left to go in the match. 5-1, Mount Vernon with the lead. There's a pass on the attack, headed out by the Mustangs. Giving chase is Liliana Gross. Also back there for Grinnell is Isabel Hart. Hart just boots it out of bounds. Stop any chance of that attack. And Mustangs will have a throw in. Again, our boys game to follow about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Right here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Mustangs play it off a Grinnell player again, so it's going to be another throw in for the Mustangs. Ball kicked around. Taken by Mount Vernon. A shot on goal. Trickles in through to Marin Sherman. She scoops it up. And Tigers will have a goal kick. Rolls it out ahead now to number 8 for Grinnell. That's Josie Smith. Ball gets booted out of bounds by Smith. Thought it might have touched a Mount Vernon player there, but the official said no, so it's a Mount Vernon throw-in. Again, Tigers just cannot get the ball out of their defensive end. Less than a minute left to go. Goal kick coming for Grinnell. Sherman boots it over now. Taylor Smith. Smith. But check that. Smith has it now. Trying to get ahead to Seek. Knocked loose by Mount Vernon. And here come the Mustangs. Nidegger gets it out. Booted out of there by Bailey. Shot on goal by Isabel Lowe. Couldn't get her hips around. Went wide left. Goes across the inline to be a goal kick coming for Grinnell. Now the ball. No, it's going to be a corner kick, they said. All right. My apologies. With 10 seconds left, Mount Vernon's going to have to hurry if they want to get something off. Ball booted up in the air, and Sherman had it for a moment. It's loose in front of the net, and it's bounced out and cleared out by Grinnell, and that will do it. 5-1, Mount Vernon gets the win over the Grinnell girls. We'll take this break, come back for the boys' game. You're watching high school soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley Eyes in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee, cappuccino, and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, getting set for the start of the boys' game. Grinnell and Mount Vernon set to score out from the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Mount Vernon Mustang boys are coached by head coach Nathan Gross. They come in with a record of 1-1-1. Overall, 1-0 in the conference. They were led in goal scoring by number 12 Gavin Plathey, a senior forward who has 1 goal on the season. Their goalkeeper, Zion Sappho, is a freshman, has 12 saves for a 75% save rate. Does Zion and his sister, the same last name, and I don't know if they're brother, sister, or cousins, but sister plays goalie for the Mount Vernon women's team. For the Grinnell Tiger boys and Coach Gage Grutz, they come in at 1-0-1. 1 win, no losses, 1 tie. They are 0-0-1 after tying with CPU on Thursday of this week. Their goal scorer leader is Nolan McFarland. He has 1 goal on the season. Drew Lewis has an assist, and Bo Blanchard has 8 saves with an 88.9% save percentage. Also, Dominic Pert saw some goal action last Tuesday against CPU. Players are getting lined up. They'll be having the starting lineups here in a minute. Again, this is our second broadcast of tonight. We take a week off then. Our next broadcast will be next Friday, April 18th, when the Tiger girl and boys host Independence. The Mustangs come down here to TT Cranny for a girl-boy doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock for the girls' game. Boys' game to follow right here on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Try to go through these starting lineups for you here as we can. For Mount Vernon, as you said, in goalie, number 0, Zion Sappho. Then number 2, Jacob Yock. Number 4, Cash Lunekis. Number 6, Cole McDermott. Number 10, Caleb Bartelt. Number 12, Gavin Plathy. Number 15, Isaac Dosner. Number 16, Silas Johnson. Number 18, Carter Gadberry. Number 23, Landon Gross. And number 25, Jackson Anderson. The starting lineup for head coach Nathan Gross and the Mount Vernon Mustang boys. For the Grinnell Tiger boys, again, Dominic Pert's going to get the start in goal for Grinnell. Then we have Jack Hoops, Aiden Hoops, number 5, Owen Blankenfeld, number 8, Nolan McFarland, number 10, Leandro Leal, number 11, Kenneth Holden, number 14, Drew Lewis, number 18, Isaac Sandquist, number 19, Tyler Costow, and number 23, Alejandro Cantillo. Going together for head coach Gade Grutch and the Grinnell Tiger boys soccer team. Again, we just walked outside in between matches, and the wind, well, I wouldn't say it's blowing very hard, Dan, but it is there, but it has calmed down from what the girls' game, and the sun's trying to poke through, so all in all, not a bad night for a soccer match.
Yeah, and down on the field, you don't really feel it, so I think the wind is kind of in that second tier where we kind of see the goalpost starting to still blowing around a little bit and the flag, but down on the field as we were walking across, you couldn't really feel it that terrible. So opposed to the other nights that we've had wind, they've been more of a southeast south wind that has just been roaring through here, and we had a little rain come through about 4 o'clock, and they said there's a chance at 7, but the way the sun's trying to peek through, I think it might split TT Granny Field.
Let's take a moment to salute our sponsors here that we have on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. They include Polly's Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Real Estate, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, Mahaska Communication Group, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. Once again, our scoreboard sponsors, Kurt's Collision Center. Our period sponsors, Brett Nickel State Farm Insurance. In addition, we have our business card sponsors. You see those in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. In addition, to all those businesses I mentioned, we also want to include Minnie Hall's Exit Realty, Prairie Lakes Church, Coriol Photography, and a new sponsor, the Strand Theater. And as Dan said, take time this weekend and go downtown, visit one of our many fine restaurants and establishments in the downtown area, then catch a movie at the Strand. This weekend, of course, matinees are in the afternoon. You get a discounted price. So check it out, some good movies at the Strand. Dan had it up there. We'll try to flash that up again here before the night is over.
Who can't pass up movie theater popcorn? Come on.
Extra butter, please. I'll take it. With extra napkins.
And
all right.
Extra large size of candy to go with it.
There you go.
Get all sugared and salted up and come home and bounce off the walls.
Isn't that the two main food groups, sugar and salt? Isn't that two of them? They've replaced that. The food pyramid.
You put them moderately together and splash it around with a little Coke Zero or Coke Regular. It doesn't matter.
All right, Mount Vernon set to play it in. Caleb Bartelt set to go as soon as Jeff Blanchard gives us the ready for play signal. And here we go. Mount Vernon Grinnell on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. First period underway. First period brought to us by Brett Nickel, State Farm Insurance. Long pass down, headed out by Grinnell. Now Jack Hoops has it. Hoops on the far side. Over now to Cantillo. Tigers trying to work it back, get it out of their end. There's a pass up to McFarland. Now over to Lewis. Now Hoops has it. Lewis has it in the center. Lewis passes it back. Mount Vernon coming up to attack. Ahead now to Hoops. Jack on a run out tries to hit it to McFarland. Kicked away nicely by Mount Vernon. Tigers will play it back in. Jack Hoops has it in the center, poked away for the moment. And Lewis has it at the center. Taken back by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs. Headed out of there nicely. Nice play by Aiden Hoops. They had Jacob Yock on a run out, and if Hoops doesn't get that, that could have been a one-on-one situation. Another long kick out, headed back again by Grinnell. Mount Vernon knifing in there. Take that as Silas Johnson. Johnson now tries to get ahead. Here comes Yock down in the corner, and battling him is Aiden Hoops. Hoops wins the battle, keeps it in play, kicks it back to the center, and Tiger and the Mount Vernon player collide. There's a give and go, headed out of there by Hoops. And again, Hoops just kicks it out of bounds. The Tigers will reset their defense. Early on, Dan, you see the strategy of Mount Vernon try to get the long pass up and like a give and go, and one player has it, the other one takes off, and he boosts it out ahead, let them run it down.
Yeah, and good job here by Hoops both times. countering that attack and getting it to the sideline, and a couple times kept it in play. So as his brother Jack Hoops maneuvers up the field here.
Up now to Sandquist. Sandquist, 2 hands in the back by Jackson Anderson, but no push. Now Hoops tries to center it out, knocked down by Mount Vernon. Right back to Jack Hoops. Hoops, as we said on Tuesday, is signed to play soccer at Simpson College. Jack gets upended by Silas Johnson, and there's a whistle and a foul called on Johnson. Hoops was ready to kick the ball. Now referee Jeff Blanchard comes up to explain to Silas Johnson. Hoops is ready to kick the ball, and Johnson stepped right in front of Hoops, which I'm pretty sure you can't do, so he just reminded him of that. And now we're set to go. Hoops looking things over. Boots it back now to his teammate. That's Dominic. No, not Dominic Purr. That's number 3, Aiden Hoops. Mount Vernon does get control. Mustangs on the attack. Cole McDermott tries to pass it down ahead to teammate number 12, Gavin Plathy. Now the ball out here by McDermott, being checked around by Sandquist, and we have a foul called on Grinnell. All right.
Sandquist, I think.
All right, so Mount Vernon will have a free kick. Mustangs play it in.
Used a little bit too much of a push to get position there, I think.
There's a long kick up, sailing up and over the end line out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick coming for Grinnell as the sun makes an appearance right in Dan Walker's face.
Never fails.
I keep waiting for him to say, I'm gonna pull the old executive manager and owner-operator privilege and switch spots with the play-by-play guy, but so far he hasn't done that, much to my appreciation, I can tell you. Tigers trying to get it out of their end. They're kind of like the girls. The vast majority of the action thus far here, this first 4 or 5 minutes, has been played down in the Tiger offensive end. Now Hoops trying to clear it out. Jack stumbles a bit, has the ball knocked loose, taken back by Mount Vernon. Now here come the Mustangs. A long kick down in, and Dominic Pert just watches that go across the end line. Again, not sure what those last 2 kicks were trying to accomplish there, Dan. Nobody was home. Mount Vernon, I don't know if they're just thinking somebody's going to be there or what.
I don't know.
So a goal kick coming in for Dominic Pert. Sophomore goalkeeper for Grinnell. Of course, Bo Blanchard also plays goalie for Grinnell, but Bo's last 2 games anyway has been out on the field. Now the pass intercepted by Jacob Yock, but his attempt is batted out by Grinnell. It'll be a throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. Again, unlike other sports, once they point the direction of the throw-in, the player can grab the ball and go. They do not have to wait for an official to handle the ball. Again, Tigers trying to get it out of their end. Now the ball's played and chased down. Sandquist giving chase. Kind of a box out by the Mount Vernon player. Sandquist still giving chase. Now Mount Vernon centers it back. Headed out by Lunekas. Lunekas back in the middle to Carter Gadberry. Gadberry tries to get a shot down. It's batted out. Trying to hit his teammate in the corner.
Be a Grinnell throw-in.
Going to be a Grinnell throw-in, yes. Trying to hit Cash Lunekas down there. A lot of give and go by Mount Vernon. Very, very aggressive. A lot of speed as well. Jack Hoops now down in the corner. Tigers just, again, trying to get it out of their own end. There's a pass tipped away by Mount Vernon back to Jack Hoops. Jack drops it off for his teammate, Sandquist. Sandquist out ahead now to Caleb Bartelt. Booted out of there by Jackson Anderson. Checked that was number 10 for Grinnell, Leandro Leo. My apologies. Leo tries to get it back to Sandquist, goes out of bounds to be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Jackson Anderson, a big, tall, solid defender, throw the Mustangs there. Jacob Yock tried to play it in, got knocked down. Now the pass is loose, but taken back by Grinnell. Castillo trying to chase it down, and he will not get there. Be off Grinnell out of bounds, throw-in coming for Mount Vernon. About 6 minutes gone by here, no score between Grinnell and Mount Vernon boys soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network, and as you see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Mustangs, definitely the aggressor, having the best of it so far as the action has all been down at their end. Now we have a whistle and a foul, I believe, on Grinnell. So Mount Vernon will line it up. Carter Gadberry set to kick it off, or Gavin Plathy, one of the two. Both of them are right there. Jeff Blanchard moves the ball over more to where the spot was. And we're waiting the ready for play. Gavin Plathy set. Blanchard gets the Tiger defensive wall set. Still waiting for the ready for play. And here we go. Plathy boots the ball up, putting spin on it. Poked out of there, loose in front of the net. Knocked up and over the net. Golden opportunity for the Mustangs there. Nice deflection by Pert, but it just couldn't get the rebound.
Yeah, you know, and the bad thing is Pert, he was a forward projecting as he did that, so he took himself out of the box and just left it wide open on the backside.
So Tigers dodge one there, and they will try to advance it up the field, but the ball gets away. All the way down, there's no ball on the far side, so we're going to have to wait here a minute. Jeff Blanchard is going to stop the clock while they have to retrieve it down. They're waiting to throw the ball in down at about the 17-yard line. They finally got a ball in.
Yeah, I think it's because the last one went on the backside, so the young man was over there retrieving it by the scoreboard. And
yep, so now we got the ball back in, and clock will start once they throw it in. There's the ball in play. Booted up in the air by Mount Vernon, out in front of the goal, knocked down by Grinnell, and now we're going to have another whistle.
I think we were offsides. Maybe? Nope.
Nope, Jeff Blanchard called some type of foul, I think. Not sure what that would be. Maybe a high kick. Again, we don't get any hand signals. They just simply blow the whistle and point. And then it's a free kick for the other team. McFarland now on the far side trying to get it out past that Mount Vernon defense, much like their girls team. Just seems like there's always a white jersey somewhere around the ball in the right spot. Now Hoops trying to go down the sideline. Hoops gets past two defenders. Now Jack's out in the middle. Throws it down ahead. Now Tigers on the attack. The farthest advance Tigers have had. Now the ball taken away, nicely done by Landon Gross. Takes the ball away. Boots it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming for Grinnell.
Yeah, nice footwork there by Jack Hoops. He was moving in and out and getting the places he needed to be.
So ball down in the corner, chased down by Grinnell, a little too far. Jack can't catch up to it. And I think it did go off a Mount Vernon player, so it's going to be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Hoops throws it out to the middle, headed out of there by Mount Vernon. Right back to Jack in the corner. And he lets it go out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Grinnell. Good play that time by Jack. Now Tigers get it in quickly. They don't try a long ball. Now they try to maneuver to the center. It's booted out of there. Nicely done by Mount Vernon. Jack Hoops tries to get a kick on it. Couldn't get any velocity. It's cleared out by the Mustangs.
Tyler Costeau with a nice header back in, spinning around. Lewis is fighting up in the center and tries to center him back around, and they got a foul on Lewis, I believe, a little bit too aggressive.
And again, you can come up and kind of bump shoulders, but if you extend an arm like in a pushing motion, that's always going to get called, and that's what Lewis did there. Had the right idea, but then he just kind of extended and pushed. And like in most sports, that's going to be called a foul.
And if you're seeing that nice sunburst that's on the video screen there, that's what it's like right in our eyeballs right now.
We are glad to see the sun, though. I'll take it. McFarland down the far sideline trying to get the speed, but knocked away nicely by Mount Vernon. Boy, they just have had an answer for every Tiger attack. Mustangs now go back on the attack themselves. This is Carter Gadberry. Tries to get it down in the corner to his teammate Cash Lunekis. Lunekis gets the ball back. Now the Mustangs will reset here out to about the 35. They boot it back, and they'll reset their offense. Ball played down and in. Need out by Grinnell, but taken back by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs on the attack. Lunekis gets it down in the corner. Centering pass across the middle, knocked down nicely by Grinnell.
Yeah, Lewis right there in the center. He stopped that in its place.
There's another steal by Mount Vernon. And Cash Lunekis had a shot, and Tiger player turned their back and bounced off of them. And then Dominic Pert was able to make the save.
I think Aiden Hoops noticed how fast that ball was coming at him, rather take it on the backside.
So big boot downfield. Ball is loose for a moment. Tigers have it. Down there is Leandro and Leal. Leal tried to turn, but ball is knocked away. Now Hoops down there to corral. Tries to get control. Lost it for a moment. Gets it back. A lot of pushing and shoving, and they're going to call a foul on number 12, Gavin Plathy. Gavin and Jack, a little shoving back and forth there. Jack said, if you want a good place to eat, go to Polly's Pizza afterwards. We have several good restaurants, I will say. Dairy Barn, Polly's Pizza, lots of different places for you to choose your meal here in Grinnell. 28 minutes left to go in the first half. No score between Grinnell and Mount Vernon. Long kick down, right at the goal and knocked down by Zion Sappho.
Boy, what a spot on for Jack Hoops there.
Boy, that was from about 35 yards out. And Hoops had a lot of leg on that one, but Sappho, looking into the sun, I might add, knocked it down and made the save. Now Tigers go back on the attack, and this booted out of there by Jackson Anderson. Number 25. Now the Tigers get it back. Hoops trying to run down the field. Here's a pass ahead for McFarland, and he is checked by Isaac Dosner. Goes out across the end line. It should be a corner kick for Grinnell. Going down to do that corner kick is number 11, Kinnick Holden. See if the Tigers boot the ball up in the air here. Looks like Holden's going to take a big run at us, so see what play develops there. Is the kick in. It's spun out, kicked out by Mount Vernon. Cantillo heads it back in. Trying to get the ball back to the center is Grinnell. Ball loose for a moment, then booted out by Mount Vernon. It's going to be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Substitute in the game now for Grinnell, number 12, Bo Blanchard checking in. And he will replace number 10, Leandro Neal. So Bo Blanchard checks in. There's a throw in by the Tigers. Bounced away right by Bo Blanchard. Kicked out and cleared out by Mount Vernon. Now Blankenfield gets it down in the corner. Now back to the middle, knocked away. Blankenfield has it, trying to line up a shot. Gets it to the corner. Ball is booted up and out by Mount Vernon. Cash Lunekis says that's enough of that. He boots it out of bounds. Tigers will get it on the throw-in.
And that thing stood right up in the air, too.
Tigers put a ball out to midfield and reset. Now knocked down. Lewis has it in the center. Tries to head it up ahead to Sandquist. Sandquist giving chase, but a little too far. Goes out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for Mount Vernon.
And contrary to the opposite side, when you got the wind at your back and you put that thing up there, sailed probably a little bit further than he thought it was going to go.
At least now the last couple of minutes, Dan, we've seen the Tigers on the offensive end, down in the Mount Vernon defensive end, over here on the left side of the field on your screen. The vast majority of this half so far has been played down in the right end in the Tigers defensive end. Throw in now gets past McFarland, given chase. He's blocked out by Jackson Anderson, so it'll go across inline, a goal kick coming for the Mustangs.
They must have heard me, and I didn't want to look in the sun for a little bit.
Now Anderson has it, bringing the ball up. Over now to his teammate, Lunekis. Lunekis gets past Sandquist. Lunekis now boots it down, trying to get on an attack run, but taken away by Aiden Hoops. Aiden tries to get ahead to his brother, knocked out by Lewis. Now out to the middle to Holden. Holden now gets it down ahead. McFarland giving chase. McFarland, is he going to catch it and get it before he goes out? And he does. Keeps it in, but right to Mount Vernon, and the Mustangs will clear it out. Again, very short, precise passes by the Mustangs. Here they come on the attack. Carter Gadberry now in the center. Checked off by Lewis. Nice job by Lewis to check him off the ball. Ball still loose. Gadberry has it now over to Johnson. Blankenfeld has it now for Grinnell. Back to Aiden Hoops. Hoops here on the near side. Works past the defense, past the pin to his brother Jack. Jack stops the ball, gets out ahead now. McFarland on a run out, being chased by Sylvester. McFarland trying to be bumped off the ball. He couldn't get squared around. Nice job by Jackson Anderson there, Dan. McFarland had a step, but Jackson just kind of gently nudged him off to the left and threw him off stride. So good job defensively there by the Mustangs. That's the Tigers' best threat thus far in the match. Ball cleared out by Mount Vernon. Now on the attack are the Mustangs. Aiden Hoops down there as well. Now the shot towards the goal and scooped up and saved by Dominic Pert. So as much as you can say in a soccer match, end-to-end action here. We were just down to the Tigers and now quickly back down to the Mount Vernon end. There's a long boot up to midfield, headed back by Mount Vernon. Taken back by Lewis, now to the center. And there's a Big collision.
No call.
No call. Sandquist got hit towards the head, and then Lewis was taken down that time by Carter Gadbury. And that time the whistle blows. And just like we saw in the girls' game, Dan, very, very physical contest. Now Hoops maneuvering through traffic. Gets past one defender. Gets past two. Jack trying to weave his way down. Tries to slip a pass into McFarland. It's knocked loose. Jack gets it back. Jack still fighting for it. And now we're going to have a violation, a foul on Mount Vernon. And let's see. Mount Vernon players are asking referee Jeff Blanchard, what do we do? But it's going to be a free kick for Grinnell. So let's see here. It looks like Lewis is going to take the kick. Here comes Owen Blankenfield sprinting down in there. Ball is up, knocked down by the Mount Vernon wall. Nicely done. There's a shot by Lewis. Hits off the goal post. The football goal post, so that must be out of bounds because they stopped play. And it'll be a throw-in or a goal kick for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, nice counter kick, though, just to get right back on the ball and get a second opportunity.
Lots of good velocity on that one as well. There's a clearing kick out by Mount Vernon, headed out by Grinnell. Be a throw-in by Mount Vernon. Playing about 28 minutes here. No score between Grinnell and Mount Vernon. This first half brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. No score between the two on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Chris Genie, Dan Walker here with you on a Thursday night of high school soccer action on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Ball trickles out of bounds, and the official waves his flag. Throwing for Grinnell. Quickly throws the ball in, trying to get it down McFarland, but Mount Vernon right there boots it out. Now here come the Mustangs. Blanchard giving chase. There's a long ball down, headed back by Grinnell. Nicely done. Controlled by Plathy. Plathy trying to get it going. Turns around, boxes out the Grinnell defender. There's a squares up, takes a shot on goal. And Dominic Pert again scoops it up and makes the save. Boy, Pert really boots it out of there.
Wowzer.
About a 40-yard kick. Hoops giving chase, and the
Goal
goalie,
to goal.
Sappho. Sappho comes out and scoops it up. Again, Hoops, just another step. He might have had a chance to poke that one away, but couldn't get it done. Now, Zaffo bunts it up in the air. Bounces about the 20. Headed back by Mount Vernon. Headed again by Mount Vernon. Players Lewis banging shoulders with the Mount Vernon player. Lewis turns and squares it up. Hoops try to head it back towards the goal, and it'll be scooped up by Sappho, and it'll be another goal kick for the Mustangs. Instead, he rolls it out to Anderson. Anderson bringing the ball up. Gets it now on the right side. Hoops steps in front of Kastanekis. Hoops now throws it in, trying to get down to McFarland. McFarland misses the header. Ball headed back by Mount Vernon and controlled by Lunekis. Lunekis puts it in play. Knocked down, this time by 11. Now over to McFarland. McFarland had a shot. Good defensive play by the Mustangs. Dang. Dosner stepped in there. Great attempt and effort there, and even better defense by the Mustangs, because McFarland was just one step away from winding up and striking that one.
And it never ceases to amaze me that one sidestep that counters that ball. I mean, just to throw a slight direction, it just McFarland's whole direction was all thrown out of whack by having a footstep in there.
Now out to Hoops in the middle. Again, lots of body contact and arm bars and pushing and shoving, which, again, is allowed. Trying to get down to McFarland. Kicked out, but loose in the center. There's a goal just wide left. Oh, the Tigers had a shot. The rebound kick to the center. Net was wide open, but the Tigers just pushed it to the left.
Aiden Hoot's attempt on goal. He was jumping and kicking himself on that one.
So just wide left. We got subs in the game now for the Mustangs. And now we have the ready for play, and here we go. Hoop steps in front of that pass. Kinnick Holden now brings it down. He puts a shot on goal, scooped up nicely by Sappho. Sometimes those quick hitters, the goalie thinks you're going to pass it. You can drop a quick kick in there, but good job by Sappho to scoop it up and make the save. Tigers have certainly flipped the script a little bit, at least thus far, these last few minutes. It's been played down in the Tiger offensive end as opposed to early on when it was down in the Tiger defensive end. Ball headed around by both teams. Holden boots it out, chested by Dosner. He boots it back down and headed out of there by Kostow over to Blankenfeld. Now we have a foul called on Mount Vernon. Let's see. He's going to talk to another player from Mount Vernon, is referee Jeff Blanchard, talking to Gavin Plathy. Don't know if something was said or what, but Jeff Blanchard. There's a ball headed up by Mount Vernon. Looks like it's, well, they're going to catch it and keep it in play. They do. Spun back around to Grinnell, right to Jack Hoops. Hoops had it, but then chested back down. Jack being chased by Jonathan Winkler. Jack tries to get past the defense, but boots it off of Mount Vernon, goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Grinnell. Jack looking things over before he throws it in, trying to find a spot. McFarland's being shadowed by a couple of defenders, so he throws it in now. Down to Sandquist, now out to the middle. Trying to get it to Blanchard, but it's booted out of there by Mount Vernon. Headed back by Kostow and taken back by Lewis. Lewis working to the middle of the field. Gets past a couple of defenders. Lewis puts a shot on goal, spins it away, and poked out nicely by Sappho. Nice save by Zion Sappho. What a shot by Lewis there. That had more velocity than I thought. I think it got on Sappho a little bit quicker than he liked.
But he coming off his left foot, that's a pretty good kick.
So corner kick coming for Grinnell. Zion Sappho dove all out and just tipped it away. Now referee Jeff Blanchard is motioning something to tell players to get back. Here comes the ball up in the air. Headed by Grinnell. Into the goal! Couldn't tell who got that.
Lewis, I believe.
Looked like Lewis.
Drew Lewis, number 14.
Number 14, Drew Lewis. And they fall down, okay. Little celebration in the end zone. So we're going to go with the 23-minute mark. Drew Lewis gets a goal and is 1-0 Grinnell.
Well, you know, it's always excited to kick a goal in, but when you use your head to score, that's pretty darn good.
And most soccer observers will tell you that a header into the net is the toughest to defend because it's so quick. It snaps off your head pretty quickly. And that's what happened, just past Sappho for a 1-0 Grinnell lead. Mount Vernon plays it in. 17:48 left to go here, first half. 1-0 Grinnell under Kurt's Collision Center scoreboard. Centering pass knocked down by Grinnell. Blanchard has it. Back now to Lewis. Lewis boots it up ahead, trying to get to Sandquist. Still knocked down. Taken back. Jack Hoops had it for a moment, loses it. Blanchard boots it back to Blankenfeld. Now up to Aiden Hoops. Blanchard now making moves. Tries to pass it back. Picked off by Mount Vernon. Here they come on the attack. Couldn't get enough on it. That was number 6, Cole McDermott. An easy save for Dominic Pert. Big boot out of there by Dominic. Has quite a leg. Coach Haydenfield may want to look him up for a possible field goal kicker. He's booted some pretty nice balls there. McFarland giving chase down there. Bumped off the ball by Anderson. And it goes out of bounds off of Mount Vernon. Tiger throw in. Throws it in back out to Cantillo. Cantillo tries to get it in. Kicked out by McDermott. Another throw in for Grinnell. 16:40 and counting up to go here in period number 1. Our period is brought to us by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance. 1-0 Grinnell with the lead. And there's the ball knocked down. And yeah, we had a violation that time. I don't think he meant to push. It kind of looked like he pushed him down, but I think he was trying to prevent him from falling on him actually. But nonetheless, they call a foul. And Tigers will get a free kick. Surveying the defense, waiting for the ready for play signal from referee Jeff Blanchard. And here we go. Ball booted up towards the net, knocked out by Sappho, up and over the net. Nice job by that young man.
Yeah, and Sappho's not a very tall player either. So, I mean, the movement that he's getting out there, pretty physical. He get to where the ball needs to be, and he's making some pretty good saves.
So it'll be a corner kick for Grinnell. Jack Hoops boots the ball up high in the air, joshing for position, headed out by Mount Vernon, and the Mustangs control it. Quickly out ahead. But Kostow is there. He's going to boot it back down towards the sideline and taken down by Grinnell. Now taken back by Mount Vernon. Mustangs now trying to go on the attack. And here they come. Mount Vernon has to stay on side. There's a pass down ahead. Down for Yock. Yock had it for a moment. Booted out of there by Purdy. He didn't scoop it up. He tried to kick it. But he got it out of there off a Mount Vernon player out of bounds. It'll be a Grinnell Tiger throw-in.
Yeah, Costo lined up for a big old kick and bounced right off Mount Vernon player.
Now booted up and out by Mount Vernon. Grinnell will have a throw-in. Drew Lewis scored a goal at the 23-minute mark to account for a 1-0 lead for the Tigers here in high school soccer. Grinnell quickly downfield, cleared out, booted out by Lunekis. It's going to be a Tiger throw-in. You hear the coaching staff for Grinnell saying, let's go, let's go. Again, you don't have to wait for the official to handle the ball. Once they point whoever direction it is, you can grab the ball and throw it and go. There's another throw-in by Grinnell, trying to get it down to Holden. He's surrounded. Again, booted back out by Mount Vernon. They're going to say Mount Vernon thought it went off Grinnell, but the referee says nope, went off of Mount Vernon, a Tiger throw-in. Grinnell throws the ball in now. McFarland has it on the far side. Tipped away by Mount Vernon, taken back by Grinnell. Maneuvering through things is Aiden Hoops. Getting to his brother Jack down the corner. Jack tries to spin around, and let's see. It's going to be a goal kick for Grinnell. Jack couldn't get to before it crossed the end line. Substitute in the game for Mount Vernon, number 13 checking in. That's Jack Carnes, a freshman. He is going to replace number 6, Cole McDermott, for Coach Nathan Gross.
The sun is down, finally.
Is it off far? Yes. No. Well, we won't know till we pan to the right, but no little sundog burst in the camera lens. Mount Vernon now looking to get the attack going. Keeps the ball on the ground. Head to Gavin Plathey. Plathey has it. Gets past the Tiger defense. Over now to Lunekis. Back to Plathey. Plathey boosts out in the middle of the field. Blanchard had it there for a second. He poked it away. Taken back by Mount Vernon. Then Mustangs will reset. Long pass down in the corner. Costow giving chase. He will watch it go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Grinnell. Koskow snaps the ball in, ahead now to Jack Hoops. Hoops works out in the middle, boosts it across now to
Blankenfeld.
Blankenfeld, thank you very much. And Blankenfeld's pass goes wide. He boosts it out of bounds. Mount Vernon has a throw in. Mustangs quickly looking to throw it in. They get the ball in, up over the antenna player. Now to Aiden Hoops. Booted back down by Mount Vernon. Hoops has it again, stops it, over now Aiden to his brother Jack. Jack, check from behind. Jack maintains possession of the ball. He boots it back to Costow. Costow going to line it up and get it over now to Jack Hoops, who boots it backwards. Nobody home. Here comes, I think that's Bo Blanchard over there, yep. And the ball still on the sideline and controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs now with a long pass across the middle. Back in the middle. Not sure what Jack Carnes was doing there, but he had a shot. Now Lunekis has it. Back to Carnes. Now back out top. A long shot. Knocked down by Grinnell. Rebound loose. Taken back by Grinnell. Here comes Lewis. Lewis ahead now to Grinnell's number 9. I don't have a 9 on my roster. I'll have to look that up for you. My apologies.
Jack Vitt.
Jack Vitt, okay.
V-I-T-E-K. Vite, maybe?
V-I-T-E-K. Vitek?
Vitek.
Okay. All right. So Jack Vitek in. Now the ball on the far sideline taken by the Mustangs. 1-0 Grinnell with the lead on our Kurtzquist Center scoreboard. Now they changed the call. I guess Mount Vernon thought it was their ball, but the officials said no, it's a Grinnell throw, so the Tigers get it. McFarland over there on the far sideline has it go out of bounds off him, and now it will be a throw-in for Mount Vernon. Subbing for the Mustangs, number 16, Silas Johnson back in the game. He is going to replace number 18, Carter Gadberry. And now we have a whistle by referee Jeff Blanchard. Not sure what that was about. Yeah, he hadn't given the ready for play signal. Now Coach Blanchard is talking to, I think, Jack Hoops and number 14, Mason Chiswick.
It's always a serious conversation when Jeff starts using his hands. He uses that as exclamation points.
And at some point, there's been about 3 or 4 conversations he's having with players, and at some point you think the conversation is going to stop and we're going to start seeing yellow cards come out here. Kind of like officials in basketball. You give a player a warning, and you could call it technical, but you try to give him a warning at first. But after so many warnings, you're like, all right, we're just going to tee up. Intercepted by Grinnell. Here come the Tigers. Lewis over on the far sideline now to Kenneth Holden. Holden had it for a moment, lost it, taken back by Mount Vernon. Ball down in the corner to Johnson. Johnson on the attack. Boots it out ahead to his teammate. Giving chase down in the corner is Lunekis. He squares it back. Lunekis with a goal try across the crease. Knocked down by Mount Vernon. Taken back by Grinnell, and the Mustangs have it. There's a shot towards the center. Ball headed, but wide of the net. That was tried by Silas Johnson on the header down. Just went wide to the left.
Yeah, that's a pretty good opportunity. Really, the first real time that Mount Vernon's been in position to score. I mean, they've had 5 or 4 attempts on goal, but that one put them in the right position after they centered it up.
So goal kick coming. Dominic Pert now boots it out. Trying to get over to Jack Hoops. Knocked down by Mount Vernon. Hoops giving chase. Heads it forward now to McFarland. McFarland has it. Bumps off Anderson. Now back to Hoops. Bo Blanchard now on the far side. Taking the ball down. Bo tries to center. It's knocked down by Mount Vernon. And Bo gets shoved back. The guy it's allowed. That's fine. But that was Landon Gross. He just extended an arm, and Bo just went back about 3 yards. But on we go. There's a big collision there. Players down. Again, we keep playing. Pass down in the corner now to Johnson. Johnson tried to turn on it, but taken back by Grinnell. Tigers now will look to reset. Booting it up and out of there, getting over to Lewis. Lewis now gets it to Jack Hoops. Intercepted by Mount Vernon. Plathy has it on the attack. Plathy against Lewis. Plathy works past the defender, Cantillo. Trying to get down in the corner. Plathy trying to get it squared and centered up. Loses the ball, taken back by Lewis. Nice defense that time by the Tigers. Ball booted up towards the center. Knocked down by Mount Vernon, but taken away by Grinnell, or kicked away by Grinnell. Lunekis chases it down. Gets past his defender, Aiden Hoops. Now the Mustangs looking to go on the attack. 8:20 left to go here in the first half. 1-0 Grinnell with the lead on a goal by Drew Lewis. Mustangs now reset their attack. Ball gets past Cantillo. Now the Mustangs working it down to the corner. There's a centering pass headed out of there nicely by Grinnell. That was Costow, I think, down there, maybe heading that out. Here come the Tigers on the attack. That is Kenneth Holden ahead now to McFarland. McFarland had it, loses it, gets it back from Anderson. Over now to Bo Blanchard. Blanchard tries to spin past his defender. Ball too far ahead, goes out of bounds, off of Bo. It's going to be a goal kick for Grinnell. Or check that for Mount Vernon. And Anderson took a big tumble, so we're checking on him to see if he's okay.
18, Isaac Sandquist coming in for Nolan McFarland.
And everybody appears to be okay. So Jeff Blanchard says, wait for my signal, and here we go. Ball booted in by Sappho. Big boot out, knocked down by Bo Blanchard. Blanchard tries a shot on goal. He goes wide left. Sappho watches it slide by. It'll be another goal kick for the Mustangs. Just under 7 minutes left to go here, first half. They played 2 40-minute halves with continuous clock. It will stop if the official deems like to chase down a ball, if there's an injury or something like that. Hoops and Anderson battling, and Anderson kicks it off of Hoops. He throws it in. Big collision between 3 players, goes out of bounds off of who? Looks like Mount Vernon. So here come the Mustangs quickly ahead. Giving chase is Jacob Yock. But down in the corner first is Aiden Hoops. Hoops watches it go out of bounds. Be a goal kick coming for Grinnell.
I think Aiden did a good job there. He blocked it off. Knew that Mount Vernon was the last one that touched it, but put a nice block on to shield that ball so we could maintain the possession going back the other way.
So we have a sub coming in now for Mount Vernon, number 8, Caden Bosenberg, a freshman coming in. He is going to replace number 2, Jacob Yock, a sophomore. Now the Tigers set for the goal kick with Pert. Boots it out to about the 45. Chested up by Mount Vernon, headed by Mount Vernon. Ball loose for just a moment. Still on the ground. And played back by the Mustangs. Oh, taken back by the Grinnell. Lewis takes it back. Lewis on the far side. Under heavy pressure from Isaac Dosner. Lewis squares it back up again. Trying to get it back to the center. Gets it now out to Sandquist. Over now to Aiden Hoops, but intercepted by Mount Vernon. Tigers play it back in. Booted out and cleared out by Mount Vernon. Bosenberg giving chase. Ball gets past him. On the far side is Jack Carnes. Carnes had it for a moment, but then cleared out by Costow. Pretty nice play that time by the Tiger defense as we go under 5 minutes left to go. Now here comes Jack Hoops on the far side. Hoops going in for position, and they're going to call a foul on Mount Vernon. Let's see. Was it in the box is the question.
I think it was. That's right around the 8-yard line. We'll see here.
See where they mark it. And I do believe, let's see, Jeff Blanchard hasn't indicated that. I think he is going to put it down. It looked to me like Jack was inside the box. Yes, it's going to be, it's going to be Jack against the goalie. So Jack Hoops against Safo. It occurred in the box. Now we're going to have a whistle by Jeff Blanchard. Let's see.
Stop the clock, I think, for the
penalty
kick.
That's what he's saying. Stop it. Okay. So Jack Hoops against Zion Safo. Senior against freshman. Here we go. Hoops lines it up. Knocks it right in the goal. Jack gets a goal. Not much the goalie can do there, Dan. You have to just kind of guess, and he guessed wrong. And Hoops gets the goal. It's 2-0 Grinnell.
Yeah, it's a difference if you're at the 15-yard marker because at least you can see what the angle is that he's running up on it, but you take a guess and you go with it.
So Jack Hoops gets the goal at the 36th minute. And it's 2-0 Grinnell on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. 4:17 left to go here in this first period. Now Mount Vernon getting set to play it in. Clock is stopped after the goal. Not sure what Jeff Blanchard's looking at. I think he's going to go talk to the clock operator, maybe put some more time back up here. Well, they didn't touch that. He was looking up at the press box. Now he turns around, and here we go. Mount Vernon will play it in. Tigers giving chase. Knocked down Bo. Blanchard has it. Bo over now, gets it to Kinnick. Over now to Mount Vernon. Lewis giving chase. Lewis steps in, takes it away. Tigers have it. Aiden Hoops trying to maneuver through traffic. Can't do so. Now down to Cantillo. Cantillo over to Blanchard. Out in the center to Aiden Hoops. Aiden down the near side to Sandquist. Sandquist tries to get out ahead, but headed back nicely by Mount Vernon. Tigers had a 3-on-1 there if that ball would have got through. So nice job by Anderson to stop that attack. Now quickly down in the corner is Johnson.
Ooh.
Goes out of bounds, and that was close. But Mount Vernon gets the throw in. Lunekis do the throwing in. And let's see what happened there. I think they're going to call a foul on Grinnell, looks like. Player went up. They give a yellow card to Lewis.
Took an elbow, I think, to the back of the
back
head.
of the head, yeah. So Lewis has to come out. And that is number 12, Gavin Plathy, a senior forward for the Mustangs. Has a goal on the season. So we got a stoppage here while they tend to the young man. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Which I would assume that would have been just like any other sport. Oh, it's kind of hard to believe. Must did a quick concussion protocol.
I think the officials have that latitude to judge, and so they're still kind of talking over. Jeff Blanchard now talking to Coach Nathan Gross, and I think
anyone that takes a medical and it's especially a head injury, they got to take a sit.
Yep, and he is going to come out.
That's the same rule that falls all the way across both associations.
And there's a physical therapist here who can administer a concussion test just to make sure.
Yeah, and I think she did, and she's there as kind of a...
So it's going to be a free kick coming here from Mount Vernon. Doing the honors, number 10, Caleb Bartelt. Kicks it back. Bartelt puts it up in the air towards the goals. Headed out nicely by Grinnell. Mustangs keep it in play. Back in. Pert comes in and scoops it up just in front of a Mustang player. Wow. Pert boots it out. Headed back by Grinnell. Knocked down by Sandquist. He gets checked down by Anderson. And that's a foul. Yeah, I don't know what people are groaning about. Anderson didn't even try to hide that one. He just lowered his shoulder into Sandquist and knocked him down. That's a pretty obvious foul there. Just trying to stop the attack. Nothing. He wasn't trying to hurt him. I don't mean that. He just was like, you don't give up a layup. You foul him hard and stop the play. Tigers now trying to turn it around. Ball headed in there by Grinnell. Mustangs trying to get it cleared out. Can't just yet. Ball knocked up and headed out by the Mustangs. Now here comes Jack Hoops. Hoops gets it past. Let's see. They're going to say it's off of Mount Vernon. And Jack will have a throw in. 2:29 left to go here in the first half. 2-0 Grinnell on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Long throw in down in the corner to Kenneth Holden. Holden trying to go through. Hits the deck. We play on. Ball booted up in the air. Headed down by Aiden Hoops. Back out to Jack Hoops. Jack spins away from a defender. Spins away from another defender. Jack is looking. He's surrounded by two players. Being chased down by Mount Vernon. Now gets it back out to Blankenfeld. Blankenfeld quickly across over to Costow. Being chased down by Jack Carnes. Costow tries to get it down inside to Bo Blanchard. Bo stops it, knocks it down. Battling Anderson for it. Now the ball is loose and picked up by Mason Chiswick. Chiswick takes a tumble right back to Grinnell. Back and forth we go. Jack Hoops on the far side. Now Hoops trying to wait and gather, kind of protecting it. Now gets it back to Cantillo. He kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming for the Mustangs with 1.5 minutes left to go here in this first half. Mount Vernon a long throw-in. Knocked down, taken down by Hoops. Cleared out, but intercepted by Mount Vernon. Tries to get it back to the middle, but right there is number 9, Jack Vitek. But taken back by Lunekis of the Mustangs. Lunekis on the near side. Boots it back to his teammate Anderson. Anderson spins away from the defender. He gets it out now to Caleb Bartelt. Bartelt over now. Gets it back in the middle. Checked by Hoops. Jack, big collision there. And there's another push down. Again, people wonder why the collision wasn't called between Jack and the other players. It's because they hit shoulder to shoulder. That time the Mount Vernon player, instead of using his shoulder, he put his hands out and pushed him. And that's a pretty obvious call. 28 seconds left. Tigers maybe have time for one last attack here. Bo Blanchard trying to chase it down in the corner. Can't get to it. It's going to be a goal kick for Mount Vernon with 18 seconds left. Very entertaining first half. Lots of up and down action. Tigers took advantage. They got a goal and then a goal on a penalty kick. And they lead it 2-0.
Yeah, for the most part, it was a stagnant first 6.5 minutes by Grinnell. But as we close out this first half, that's well done.
That'll do it. First half is over in the books. 2-0 Grinnell with the lead. We'll take this break and say you're watching high school soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley Eyes in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We are your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee, cappuccino, and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Boost.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley's in downtown Grinnell.
Rising premium costs. You might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee, cappuccino, and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Boost.
Back here at TT Crane Field, halftime wrapping up, getting ready for the start of the second half. Grinnell and Mount Vernon boys soccer here on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Recap the scoring for Grinnell. Good back and forth action as we talked about. For the first probably 10 or 15 minutes of the first half, the ball was played for down to Mount Vernon's offensive end or Tigers defensive end. Tigers just could not get it cleared. And then the tide turned about the last 15 to 20. Tigers started becoming aggressive, got the ball out and got some attacks. And finally, at the 23-minute mark, Drew Lewis hits a goal to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. And then about 12 or so minutes later, Jack Hoops was going in for a goal, was tripped up. They called a foul. They had a penalty kick in the box. Just one-on-one Jack against the goalie. And Jack put it past goalie Zion Sappho. And that's where we stand, 2-0. Grinnell with the lead. Our second period brought to us by Brett Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Alongside Dan Walker, our Director of Operations, I'm Chris Juni. Glad to have you with us here on this Thursday night. Our next broadcast will be 1 week from tonight, when it will be, check that, 1 week from tomorrow night. It'll be next Friday night, my apologies, when Independence comes here to TT Cranny. The Tiger Girl and Boys soccer teams host Independence for a Go Boy doubleheader right on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Long ball kicked down by Hoops. Holden has it for a moment. Cleared out by Mount Vernon. Now back to Cantillo. Cantillo out to the middle to Jack Hoops. Jack back to Lewis, who had a yellow card the first half. Now the ball played back by Grinnell and booted up and out of bounds by Mount Vernon. And Tigers will reset. Tigers quickly get the ball thrown in. Mount Vernon trying to get it cleared out of the zone. Having trouble doing so. Hoops giving chase. Still with the ball is Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs on the attack. Ball's passed ahead. Here's a run out and scooped up nicely by Dominic Parrott. You know, you can't fault him for that. That's a risky play, Dan, but he about had to. If that guy gets past him, it's an open net goal. So Dominic made the play. So that stopped that Mustang attack. Now they come on the counter attack. Ball kicked off and Mount Vernon goes out of bounds. Cantillo watches it roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. Now the ball bounced around and off of Mount Vernon. Gavin Plathey had it for a moment. Kind of had this disbelief like, how did I just lose that?
Oh, good, nice turnaround kick by
Kinnick Holden. Now, Holden had it past Sandquist. Here come the Mustangs. Quickly ahead on the attack. Silas Johnson on the far side, but taken back by Grinnell. Tigers just booted out of bounds, and Mount Vernon will have it on the throw-in. Ball loose there in the middle. Picked up by Jack Hoops. Passes off now to Aiden Hoops. Tries to center, but knocked down nicely by Mount Vernon. Here come the Mustangs. Now Jack Hoops takes it back. Over now to Grinnell on the give and go, but ball poked away by Mount Vernon. And the Tigers will have it on the throw-in. Jack Hoops on the far side looking, surveying things over. And throws it in. Players going after the ball. Collided. There's a grabbing of the jersey by somebody. Nothing. Well, I think they did call the foul. Okay, they called a foul on Grinnell. Tiger player grabbing a jersey there. So Mount Vernon will get it on the free kick. Long boot down. Knocked down by Grinnell, taken by the Tigers. Hoops plays it back. Now back out to Jack. About the 20, loses the ball. Mount Vernon takes it over. And the Mount Vernon player runs into Jack Hoops, who had the ball for a moment. And then Mount Vernon player took a kick in the shin, and he's kind of hopping around. Other physicality is picked up right where it left off, Dan.
Well,
from the first half.
That's why they have the shin guards on there. So looks like they're gonna. Yeah, that's just a throw in. Nope, it's gonna be a penalty
so
kick.
They did call a foul on Grinnell, so it'll be a free kick for Mount Vernon.
Which is interesting because Jeff Blanchard placed the ball, and then he tossed it ahead another 5 feet. So
that time the kick. Trying to get the ball centered, but it goes left of the goal, out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming for Grinnell. Dominic Pert, the sophomore keeper for the Tigers, and coach Gage Grutz. He himself a Grinnell alum. Pert boots it out towards the center. Taken by Grinnell. Leal has it for a moment. Now to Jack Hoops. Jack starts the attack. On a run out, trying to get down to McFarland. McFarland cut off. and booted up and out of there by Sappho. Ball bounces at the 50. Hoops running for the header. Comes down on a player, and they call a foul on Jack. Not much he could do there. He tried to go for a header, and when he looked down, there was a Mount Vernon player. So violation on Grinnell. Free kick coming for the Mustangs. About 5 minutes gone by here in the second half. 2-0 Grinnell with the lead on a Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. There's a long kick down. Knocked out by Jack Hoops. Cleared out by Grinnell. Chased down by the Mustangs. Dowsner has it as they start their attack. Now McFarland on a run out. 15, Isaac Dowsner giving chase, and Dowsner beats McFarland to the ball. And he boots it out of bounds to be a throw-in for Grinnell.
The custom kick out.
Yeah, we say that a lot, and it's a great strategy. I get it. You don't want to give up a cheapie. Now the ball gets away from Grinnell. It's heading the wrong way. So Tigers just boot it back towards their goalkeeper, Pert. He kicks it over now to Grinnell, who tries to clear it out. Header missed by Mount Vernon, and Jack Hoops had it, but then poked away by Mount Vernon. A lot of jostling and battling back and forth. Hoops comes away with it, and he'll boot it back to the goalkeeper, Pert. Pert on the ground, boots it back out now to the right side to Aiden Hoops. Ahead to Jack. Jack now gets it ahead. Tigers on the attack. Looks like Sandquist on the attack on the far side. Sandquist passes it down left. Centering pass to Grinnell, knocked loose and just wide left. That was number 8, I think, Nolan McFarland. Trying to punch that in. Good idea, just a little tip, it just went wide left.
Sometimes I think you get a little bit of anxiousness kicking in. It's like, is it really this wide open? And then all of a sudden you have someone right on your side hearing those footsteps.
Ball knocked out of bounds off of Mount Vernon, and Tigers will throw it in. One thing I must say, neither side is they're shying away from the contact. Been a lot of jostling and bumping and arms and shoulders. There's a header by Cantillo over Cole McDermott. McDermott looked back as, how did you get that? Nice job by Cantillo. Now the Tigers on the attack. Here's Holden now, maneuvering down. Holden trying to get past the defender, but nice job by the Mount Vernon defender. Kicks it off of Holden out of bounds. It'll be Mustangs on the throw-in. That was a nice job there by that Mustang defender. Didn't catch them. Now the ball rolls over the shoulder of Gavin Plathey. He gets it out in the center. And here comes Jacob Yock. Yock with a shot on goal, scooped up nicely by Dominic Pert.
Yeah, Pert was right in position. He was seeing that thing develop the whole time and was able to put his hands right in place.
So Pert makes a save, and he will boot it out. Again, a nice boot by Pert. Bounced down by Anderson at the 25-yard line. Anderson now comes up grabbing his hamstring a little bit, but he still stays in the game. He pulled up off of it a little bit, but, they called a foul. That's why. All right. I get it.
Looks like that wind is starting to die down a little bit. For Pert to get the velocity that he had, and my goodness, look at Lewis put the arch on that ball.
There's a shot in by Hoops. He puts it in.
Number 2.
Headed back by number 8, Nolan McFarland, and Hoops taps it past the goalkeeper for a Tiger goal.
Excellent lineup there by Lewis. I mean, he dropped that. That was on the 45 here, and he laid that thing right into about the 5. And it was just a nice setup, and Jack Hoops finished it off into the net. Good job.
So Jack Hoops at the 47-minute mark gets a goal, and it is 3-0 Grinnell. That was a very nice play, you said, all around, all 3 players involved. The kick in, the header by McFarland, and the tap in by Hoops. Who did you say started that off, Dan? Who was that?
Lewis. That was off that penalty kick.
Yeah, that's right. Lewis, number 14. So well done by the Tigers that time. Now Mount Vernon on the attack. Tries to get a starting pass, but there's the Tiger defense knocked away right back to Lewis. Lewis being chased down by McDermott. Lewis reverses field, gets it around to Costow. Costow tries to get it up to Aiden Hoops. Ball loose for a moment. Aiden has it, but coming in and taking the play is Mount Vernon, and he tripped and fell.
Boy, I didn't really see much more than tripping over his feet on that one, but nevertheless, Mr. Blanchard is the final say on the field.
So foul on Grinnell, free kick for Mount Vernon. Booted down there by Dosner. Pert had it for a moment and gets loose, and Anderson was chasing it down, but Pert basically dives on the rebound.
Yeah, good job recovery there.
Well, that ball was spinning away from him. That was a tough save. Now Pert boots it out of there. Headed back by Mount Vernon. Both teams very aggressive, not afraid against contact. Here comes Leal now, chasing the ball down in the corner. Leal's trying to work it loose from the Mount Vernon defender, and he goes out of bounds off Mount Vernon, and Tigers will throw it in. There's quickly ball thrown in now to Holden. Holden tries to get to the middle of the field, cleared out of there by Mount Vernon, but taken back by Lewis. And this is booted up, and now that's going to go way out of bounds. Be Tigers' ball on the throw-in. Grinnell quickly throws it in. Jack hoops to Lewis, who gets it back to Jack. Jack in the center, lining things up, surveying the defense. Ball loose for a moment. Now Jack has it. Poked away by Mount Vernon. Jack chases it down. Now Jack down in the far corner, trying to get turned and get it out to the center. Does so. Shot deflected away. Nice pass, a nice kick. Good deflection. There's Lewis. Keeps it back in play. Lewis goes to the defense. He lines up. It's kicked out of there by Anderson. Lots of action here so far in the second half. Lewis again with the ball. Cleared out by the Mustangs.
Tell you what, the Tigers have the taste of the goal in their mouth, and they just want to keep going.
Holden now circling around, and Holden gets dumped down. Let's see.
Oh, we're going to get a yellow card.
That is on number 2. That's Jacob Yock, a sophomore. So you have to come out, and hopefully the Tigers are, I think he's okay, just kind of adjusting the socks and the shin guards. And Lewis, Drew Lewis, a junior, will put it in play for the free kick.
And you got another substitution. Caleb Norton, number 22, come in. And number 14, Mason Cheezick, is coming out.
Very good. Thank you very much, Dan. About 11 minutes gone by here in the second half. 3-0 Grinnell on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Our second period brought to us by Brett Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Lewis boots it way up in the air, trying to get a header. Knocked out, though, by Mount Vernon. Nicely done by Anderson. Ball gets past the Tiger defense. Costow giving chase. He might just boot it back to let his goalkeeper have it, and Dominic Pert scoops it up. Giving chase that time was 13, Jack Carnes, a freshman. Now Pert boots it out of there. Pretty nice leg. There's Anderson come flying in. Anderson now controlling the ball on the dribble. Going through traffic. Number 14, Lewis and Anderson. A couple of pretty big fellas there going at it, Dan. Pretty good-sized young men battling there. Caleb Norton now goes for the steal, and there's a big collision and a yellow card on Jack Hoops that time, I think. And Jack's already stepped off as you have to come out now. So coming in for him is Bo Blanchard. I believe you have to just sit out till the next dead ball. You can sub him right back in, I think, is how the rule goes. We'll have to look that up and get clarification on that. So
can't remember if there's a time that goes with it. Can't remember.
So it's going to be a free kick now from just across midfield for Mount Vernon. Getting set to kick it is number 23, Landon Gross. Landon puts his foot into it, gets it up in the air, headed down by Grinnell, taken back in by Mount Vernon. Mustangs on it, and Lewis comes away with it. Lewis on the attack, going down the far side. Has players ahead if he can get it to him. Lewis pulls up for a moment, sizes things up, gets it out to the middle of the field to Leal, down the far side to Bo Blanchard. Blanchard back to Lewis in the middle. Bo tries to poke it in there, blocked back by Mount Vernon. Grinnell clearing it back. Blanchard had it for a moment, and he kicks it back to Tyler Costow. Giving chase is number 13, Jack Carnes. Now the Mustangs have it. McDermott tries to get the shot down. It's going to go wide right of the goal, and it will be Tigers on a goal kick. Neither team shying away from the physical play. We've seen a lot of pretty good collisions and a lot of arm jostling, as it were. Players bumping shoulders to shoulders, getting their arms up and kind of using their arms to ward each other off, but not extending it. There's a pass intercepted by McDermott. McDermott comes down, puts a shot on goal, and up and over the net it goes. Be another goal kick for Grinnell. 3-0 Tigers with the lead, as you see on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. And Dominic Pert set to play it in. Pert kicks it out of there, gets it back. Now he boots it back out to the Tigers. Aiden Hoops now has it. Plays it back in to Lewis. Lewis over to Costow. Costow up ahead to Cantillo here on the near side. Being chased by Jack Carnes. Carnes and Cantillo. He goes out of bounds off of Cantillo. Throw in now coming from Mount Vernon. Now we have a whistle.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a foul as he was kind of pushing him out.
So
switch the ball rotation.
McFarland tries to get it in now. Ahead to Holden. It goes out of bounds off of Mount Vernon. Throw in coming for Grinnell. Holden looking the defense over. Throws it down in the corner now to the Tigers. Cleared out by Mount Vernon. Lewis intercepts it. Lewis takes it back to Cantillo. Cantillo now over in the middle to Aiden Hoops. Aiden puts the foot into it.
Oh, look at here.
Down in the corner. Has Lewis on a cross goal. It's bouncing, deflected off of Mount Vernon, but Safo makes the save, and he will throw it in for the Mustangs.
It's just kind of off Lewis's right foot. His strong foot's the left side, so kind of an awkward kick for him. But
here comes Grinnell. Mount Vernon fans, the players knocked down. There's a knockdown as well. Right back at you, Grinnell. Players dropping, and we play on. Very entertaining match if you like physical contact, for sure. Costow chasing it down. Jack Carnes giving chase as well. He boots it back to his goalkeeper, Pert. Pert boots it out ahead now to Aiden Hoops. Aiden gets it over now to Cantillo. Cantillo up the near side, surveying the defense. Deciding where he wants to go with it. Cantillo boots it up and off of Mount Vernon. It goes out of bounds off of Carter Gadberry. Throw-in coming for Grinnell.
You know, the overall strategy of Grinnell is pretty interesting this second half because, you know, there's a lot of back play, lining the ball up, running the sidelines as McFarland does a run out here trying to center the ball up.
And the ball tried to be cleared up by Mount Vernon, and they do. The Mustangs get it up and out. Costow giving chase, tries to keep it in play, cannot do so. Thrown by Mount Vernon. We have a sub coming in for the Mustangs, number 10, Caleb Bartelt coming in.
And Vitek coming in for Grinnell, switching out with Blankenfeld.
And
Jack Hoops back in.
Bartelt will replace number 16, Silas Johnson. So throwing out for the Mustangs. And they get the ball in. Over now to McDermott. McDermott with Gavin Plathy. Plathy battling Lewis. A little bit of a grab of a jersey. Yep. Plathy kind of turned and stared down Lewis after that. I'm not sure you want to do that. Lewis, pretty good sized kid, and Plathy grabbed his jersey, so it'll be a free kick coming for Grinnell. Maybe he was staring at the referee, and now he's asking referee Jeff Blanchard about some things. They're having a little chat, and off we go. So Plathy did like something there, and he was letting Jeff Blanchard hear about it, and referee Jeff Blanchard said, "I heard you, but we're playing ball." Off of Grinnell, Mount Vernon with a throw-in. Don't want to say it's been chippy because there hasn't been a lot of talking that I've seen, just a lot of physical contact. And you can see some frustrations because guys like push people down or grab a jersey, a little bit of frustration maybe, but all in all, a very good competitive soccer match, just what you want to see. Tigers now maneuvering out of midfield. Ball knocked loose, booted up, off of Grinnell, headed back by Mount Vernon, and we're going to have a violation, a foul called on Grinnell, I believe. Yes. Looks like a free kick coming for the Mustangs right about midfield. 23-26 left to go here in the match. 3-0 Grinnell with the lead. High school soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network. You can check us out on YouTube. In the search bar, type in Tiger Sports live stream. Come to our homepage, and the ball is down in the corner. We'll come back to that. Ball loose in front of the net. Mount Vernon has a shot on goal. Hits the side of the net. Pert was there, but just couldn't. Kind of a tough angle, Dan. He tried to spin it in there, but it hit off the side of the net. It'll be a goal kick coming for Grinnell.
I said earlier in the first half that they had a good opportunity. That was a good opportunity for Mount Vernon right there.
But anyway, you go to YouTube, type in the search bar Tiger Sports Live Stream, you'll come to our homepage, click on that subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. Plus, you'll be notified every time we have a broadcast hitting the air. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, X, and other social media platforms.
There's
Check
a
us out.
Nice clearing kick by Pert there to get that thing up the field.
Leo giving chase, and Leo just looks like he got pushed down, but no call, so we play on. Now, on the far side, I can't tell who that is with the ball. Leo has in the middle. He's battling off some defenders. Now they try the centering pass, knocked down by Mount Vernon. Ball loose for a moment, taken up by Grinnell. McFarland dove at it, missed it. Ball is loose in the middle. Is that Bo Blanchard over there? Nope. Yeah, it is. It's Bo. And then Lewis in the middle. Lewis maneuvering against Cash Lunekis. Lewis now on the far side. Looks like Sandquist over there. Sandquist, before he could get the shot off, kicks the ball, goes off of Mount Vernon across the end line. It'll be a corner kick coming for Grinnell. Boy, except for that first 5 or 10 minutes, Tigers have been the aggressor. They have they've really, I don't know if lit a fire or what, but they have really gotten after it. And they're matching Mount Vernon's energy, and in some cases surpassing it. Because the vast majority of this second half has been played down in the Tiger offensive end. Ball loose in front of the net, big scramble for it, bodies jostling all over, another person down, and now he is going to stay down. They're going to call a violation or a foul on Grinnell. Couldn't see who that number was. It took a tumble. And looks like number 12.
18.
18. That is Carter Gadberry, a sophomore. So we're going to have a free kick now for Mount Vernon. Leandro Leo kind of shadowing the ball there. Keeping a wary eye out. And there's the pass in. We're now to Caleb Norton. Norton gets the ball down in the corner to McDermott. McDermott back in the middle to Landon Gross. Gross down the far sideline. There's a ball coming down in. Here's an attack run. Pert, though, comes up and just boots it out of bounds. Nice job by Dominic Pert. Take a moment to acknowledge, very sophomore, not much, he has come in this week, Dan. We've seen him make some really good saves, really heads-up plays. Plus, he has a big leg when he boots it out of there.
Yeah, and, pretty much last year, all the play Bo Blanchard was the starting goal. So Pert's shown what he could do and has earned that starting position.
Now we have a whistle as bodies collide, and I think they're going to call a foul on Grinnell.
Yeah, I think Tyler Costeau kind of did a sidestep and said, I want to put my elbow and clear you out. It didn't quite work. Only in the NBA, my friend. That's fair play.
So the ball is placed down about the 17-yard line. It'll be a free kick for Mount Vernon. Referee Jeff Blanchard making sure the Tigers get set. He steps back out of the way. And there's the ready for play whistle. Here we go. Ball up on the way. Tipped out of there by Pert, but it couldn't control the rebound. And Mount Vernon does get the goal. Okay, I thought it maybe hit the side, but the ball is scored by the Mustangs, and Pert is down. He's a little slow getting up. He's holding his head. Pert might be hurt here. Couldn't see who got the goal there for the Mustangs, but it was 3-1, and now Dominic Pert, I don't know if he got kicked or if he hit the goal side or something, but he is holding his head and coming down. So Bo Blanchard runs off. I think Bo's going to go in as goalie here. So Bo digging out his jersey, and here comes Coach Gage Grutz out to check on his sophomore goalkeeper. I don't know if he took an elbow to the head or got a head-to-the-head shot, but Dominic Pert, he was down, he got helped up, and then he went right back down again. So Bo Blanchard is going to come and play goalie here. We have this stoppage in action. And while we got the stoppage, and well, now he's getting up, walking off, so thought maybe we'd have time to take a break, but now he's slowly walking off, which is kind of good to see. Don't want to speculate at this point what it was, but he doesn't appear to be wobbly, Dan, so he's coming off. It's slow, but he's coming off under his own power. Seems to be pretty steady. Maybe just took one to the neck or head area. So Bo Blanchard has to check him. Meanwhile, subs coming in for both teams. Jacob Yock checking in. Also number 3, Aiden Hoops checking in for Grinnell.
He kind of keeps grabbing his forehead, so I don't know if, there was a lot of congestion down there. If, by accident took a head-to-head or, after he defended the ball. But, that's the misfortune of, you see it done a couple different ways. People deflect and they push away, or some people actually grab the ball and bring the ball in. But the misfortune is when you deflect, you put that ball out there as another opportunity for someone to step right in and grab it, and that's what happened.
So after all that, Mount Vernon gets the ball, and here come the Mustangs on the attack. Ball knocked away by Grinnell. Giving chase for Grinnell is number 25, and I don't have him on my roster. We'll look him up. And it'd be a throw-in for the Mustangs. 3-1. Grinnell with the lead. 18:33 left to go in the match, as you see in our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Pass out to Jacob Yock. Yock in the middle. Lewis storming in there. Back now to Cantillo. Cantillo over now to Lewis. Lewis gets away from the Mount Vernon defense, being chased by Jonathan Winkler. Lewis now clears it out. Knocked down by Landon Gross. Back and forth we go. Now the ball loose in the middle. Taken by Caleb Norton. Norton over to Winkler. Now cleared down by Norton. And out of bounds goes the ball. Let's see. We have a violation. Jeff Blanchard blew his whistle. I think it's going to be a foul called on Mount Vernon, so it'll be a free kick coming for Grinnell. Okay. Again, we don't get the benefit of any hand signals. They just simply blow the whistle and point. Now Mount Vernon trying to mount an attack. Plenty of time left. 17:30 left to go in the match. Mount Vernon down just 2 goals, 3-1. Ball knocked up in the air. Headed up by Mount Vernon, headed back by Grinnell.
Nice high toe kick by Tyler Costello. Got it rolled back over his head and changed direction.
So now the Tigers go on the attack. There's a long ball down, headed back nicely by the Mustangs. Holden now has it. Kinnick Holden stops, reverses field, gets it through, and nobody home, and cleared out by Mount Vernon, headed back by Lewis. Kinnick Holden has it, and he gets banged into right on the knee, and that is going to be a foul on Mount Vernon. Now Kinnick Holden's grabbing his knee. Very physical match. And now Holden appears to be okay. And Drew Lewis will kick it in for Grinnell, or Jack Hoops. Don't know which one. They're both kind of back there. Ball is booted up by Lewis. Goes out across the inline to be a throw-in or goal kick coming for Mount Vernon. Subs in now for the Mustangs. 25, Jackson Anderson checking in. Also number 12, Gavin Plath. Or check that. Plath is in. So Anderson coming in, replacing number 13, Jack Carnes. Running up on the ball was Grinnell. The ball loose for a moment. Now taken back by Lewis. Tigers on the attack. Lewis from out to 20. Puts a shot down and scooped up nicely by Zion Sappho. Lewis couldn't quite get the velocity on it he wanted, but he got the shot on goal, and Sappho had to make the save. Now Mount Vernon has it for a moment. Kick back, and now the Mustangs start their attack. Over to Carter Gadberry. Gadberry ahead. Blocked up in the air by Costow, and he grabs his hand. Didn't mean to do that. Went backwards. It's going to be a throw-in from the side for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, when you get your foot underneath it, if you kick your heel too much and roll your ankle back, and then that's where you lose control. It's all up in the air which way she's going to go.
Long pass headed out by Grinnell. Now Tigers on the attack. Cantillo over on the far side. And off of Mount Vernon out of bounds. It'll be a Grinnell Tiger throw-in. Well, I was told the boys team had a very physical match with Oskaloosa at Oskaloosa, and they won it 2-1. And I mean, if this has been right up there. I didn't see that match, but this has been very physical. It's been fun to watch. It's been a very entertaining soccer match by two teams just really playing hard, going all out, which is what you love to see. Mount Vernon now boots it up and out of bounds. It'll be a Grinnell Tiger throw-in. The old ball coach in me, Dan, just what I mean by that is I just like to see teams compete. You play hard, match this. They match each other's intensity. Nobody giving it an inch, and you're just competing and playing it. That's just fun to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to say this, and you're going to think, well, you're nuts because it's only 40 minutes. But it does make 40 minutes go fast when you're watching a lot of movement and aggressiveness play. It just makes that whole time period go faster.
So both teams just really going at it, and Mount Vernon Tigers are up 3-0. Mount Vernon scored here in the second half, and they cut it to 3-1. Nice save that time by Sappho. Done a pretty nice job, really. He's been under a lot of pressure, and he's had to make some pretty good saves. He had a couple get past him, but only given up the 3 goals thus far. Probably against about, I'm going to say, 8 or 9 saves. That ball's rolled back to Bo Blanchard. Again, if you're just joining us, the Tigers' starting goalkeeper Dominic Pert was involved in a collision right down near the goal and came up grabbing his head and his neck or his forehead, so he is out. Bo Blanchard in at goalie for Grinnell. Hopefully he's okay. He's sitting down right now, so I don't know if his evening's done or not, but I'm sure he's checked out by the training staff and given the concussion protocol Dan has talked about. Now up to McFarland. McFarland looking to attack, and now we have a whistle.
I think he had his hand. He tried to take it at a midsection, and it come in, grazed both hands, so it come in as handball.
Got it. McFarland now back to Cantillo. Cantillo, he's trying to be bumped off the ball by Carter Gadberry. I will say Mount Vernon is maintaining their aggressiveness. They are not giving an inch. There's a pass thrown in. Koskow has it. Lewis takes it back at the center. Being chased down by Jonathan Winkler. Lewis circles it back to Jack Hoops. Jack back to Lewis. Drew Lewis now trying to advance it over on the far side to number 9. Ball given up. Here's a shot by Anderson. It's tipped around and gets past. Bo Blanchard took a funny hop, and Anderson gets the goal. Jackson Anderson at the, well, we're going to say the 28-minute mark. So 68th minute, Jackson Anderson gets a goal, and it is now 3-2. That ball just, I must have hit a Tiger defender and kind of, it's like on a hockey shot. It was deflected by somebody and it just fooled Blanchard, and he got past him into the net.
Yeah, because Bo was going all the way to the far east side, and
so little deflection goal there by Mount Vernon. It still counts, and they've cut the deficit with 2 second-half goals. It's now 3-2. Battling out the middle, we have a foul called on Grinnell. Mount Vernon fans making some noise below us. Again, everybody enjoying this very competitive, very entertaining match. Landon Gross now puts it in play. Long ball down. Players are dumped in the box. Looking for a call, none there. And Blanchard has to go out of bounds. Hard to see what happened there. I couldn't tell. I know there's some contact, I think, but they must have ruled it inadvertent. Mount Vernon players, fans, and Coach Gross all wanted a call in the box, but didn't get one. So it's a corner kick now for the Mustangs. Here we go. Ball up, way through the crease. Being chased down by the Mustangs, and they don't get to it. Be a throw-in for Grinnell from the side. Sub into the ballgame for the Tigers. Number 5 checking in, Owen Blankenfeld. He will replace, I believe, number 8. Is that McFarland? No, number 9.
Vitek.
Vitek, there we go. Jack Vitek coming out. Hoops has the ball down deep in his own end. Jack up the right side. Jack now gets it out close to midfield. Jack tried to pass it across, knocked down by Mount Vernon, but right to Cantillo. And they call a foul, a violation, I think.
Went off his
hand.
forearm. So.
Okay. So the ball will go to Grinnell on a free kick. They set one from Mount Vernon players for him. Over to Lewis. Lewis plays it back in to Costa, who boosts it straight up in the air. Jockeying for position, headed by Aiden Hoops. Giving chase now is Samuel Garcia, number 25. And it's going to be a throw-in for Mount Vernon. Mustangs quickly throw it down in, headed back by Grinnell. Tigers have it on the attack. Here comes Sandquist. Sandquist in the center, tries to get to McFarland. Nice play by Anderson. Or check that, number 11, Jaden Pyatt. Stop that attack. Tries to go up field, out of bounds. And it will be a Tiger throw-in. Cantillo set to throw it in for Grinnell. Throws it in now. Gets it down to Kenneth Holden. Holden just boots it straight up. Ball bounces.
Dangerous bounce.
Dangerous bounce. Sappho let it go. But he gets the ball and boots it out of there. Anderson tries to clear it. He's being checked by Blankenfeld. Anderson gets it out ahead. Now Mount Vernon advances it down. Koskow heads it over, but taken back by the Mustangs. Now taken back by Grinnell. The Tigers just booted out of bounds to be a Mount Vernon throw-in. Substitution coming in, Caleb Bartelt coming in for Mount Vernon, replacing number 2, Jacob Yock. Jacob comes in holding his right hip a little bit there, so got a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up. As you said, it's been a very physical match. There's going to be some sore young men want to hit the whirlpools tomorrow.
I think I'll have to go to the chiropractor just watch it.
There's Holden now gets it away on the attempted tackle, and McFarland tried to tackle him. He might have rolled an ankle there. And Nolan comes up hobbling a little bit. They're going to get a sub in for him, I do believe. Nope, he's staying in. Okay. So the ball booted up, and McFarland has it. Trying to put some weight on that leg, and let's see. Referee Jeff Blanchard says there's a handball violation, so a throw-in by awarded to the Mustangs. Plenty of time left. 7:45 left to go in the match. 3-2, Grinnell with the lead. Grinnell held scoreless so far this half. Now McFarland really gimping and holding that whatever ankle or something, but he's trying to gut it out. And now Grinnell will have a free kick. Booted out of there by Sandquist.
Nice kick.
Headed out by Mount Vernon. And Jackson Anderson has it. Now Tigers take it back. McFarland on the near side. Boots it back to Cantillo. Cantillo tries to get it out to Holden. Holden has it. Being pushed out of the way by Anderson. We play on. Now the ball back to Anderson. He boots it down ahead. Taken up by Norton. Norton now tries to center down and scooped up by Bo Blanchard. We're going to have a foul called, I think. Yeah, I guess Jeff Blanchard blew the whistle. There's a foul of some sort there, so Tigers will get the ball on a free kick. I didn't see what happened there, Dan, but
I didn't either. I was looking at the run out to see if Bo got into place, but
so Tigers trying to play it in, hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Out ahead now, giving chase is Aiden Hoops. Hoops and number 11, Jaden Pyatt, chasing the ball down, goes out off of Pyatt, so throw in for Grinnell. Lewis circles over, and they get it back to Kenneth Holden. Holden boots the ball up in the air. It's going to bounce right down by the goalie, and Zion Sappho will corral that for the Mustangs. Sappho boots it high up in the air. Headed down by Mount Vernon, stopped by Grinnell. Hoops has it for a moment. Ball is loose. Now we have a run out. Jackson Anderson on the attack, but quickly getting back on defense.
I think they had
Blackenfeld. And they did right. They did call offside. So going to be a free kick coming for Grinnell. 5.5 minutes left to go in this match. Long ball taken down by Hoops. Trying to get it down to Aiden Hoops. Jack Hoops down to his brother Aiden. Ball bounced around in the corner. Aiden fighting Isaac Dosner for it. Dosner just boots it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Grinnell.
Well, I think
Subs
if I
coming in.
was Grinnell, I'd rather take time off the clock on your end instead of your goal end.
Jack Vitek coming back in now, replacing Samuel Garcia. A couple of subs in for Mount Vernon as well. Number 14, Mason Chiswick, one of those. And Tigers will have it on the throw-in. Ball thrown into traffic, headed up by Mount Vernon, placed on the ground by Grinnell, and booted back out by the Mustangs. And as you said, Dan, Grinnell's happy to do this. It just takes more time off that clock. Now the ball put in play. The Tigers crowning it. Jack Hoops on the far side tries to center it, knocked down by Mount Vernon. Now he boots it up in the air. Ball is headed by Grinnell towards the goal, but deflected by Mount Vernon. Now the Mustangs clear it. Right back out to Jack Hoops. Jack getting around some defenders, drawing a lot of traffic, reverses field. Kicks the ball down in the corner to his teammate. And the ball gets loose for a moment, goes out of bounds, and let's see. They're going to say it is a throw-in for Mount Vernon. Mustangs quickly throw it in down to Anderson. Anderson and Jack Hoops battle with it, and they're going to say it was off of Jack. And Mount Vernon throws it in. Here we go. Mustangs on the attack. Hoops knocks it out ahead, and then booted back out by Grinnell. Be another throw-in for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, good job, Jack, getting a header on that to get it over to the far side again.
Jack Hoops jumping up again, putting his hands on the back. Not sure if he can do that, but they say it was off of Jack, so another throw-in for the Mustangs. Ball loose in the center for just a moment, and Costow boots it out of there, or Cantillo does. Dangerous there for just a moment. Now the Mustangs have it back. Poked away by Grinnell, and poked away back by Mount Vernon. Up ahead to Lewis. Lewis loses the ball. Kicked out of there by Grinnell. Headed back by Mount Vernon. Both teams just going at it.
Yeah, it's like we're watching acrobats, football, everything all in one shot here. Shot on goal there, and Bo Blanchard with a nice stop.
Just falls down on it.
And again, you know,
3
right
minutes
now
left.
It's Grinnell taking the advantage of the clock, so no one need to get in a huge hurry to get that thing retrieved back out of there. Just take your pace and use that clock at your side.
Blanchard's kick goes way down. Now Aiden Hoops has it on the far side. He's battling number 15, Isaac Dosner. Goes out of bounds off of Dosner. Be a throw-in coming for Grinnell. 2.5 minutes left to go in the match. Grinnell leading 3-2 on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Ball goes off of, I guess, Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon thought it was off of Grinnell, but they say it was off Mount Vernon, so Grinnell gets a throw-in.
I did too, because that was off McFarland's foot, but they'll play on.
Lewis now heads it down in towards the goal. Over on the side to Cantillo. Cantillo getting it down, trying to get it to Lewis. A little too far. Mount Vernon takes control. Ball kicked back out here to midfield. Mason Chiswick misses on the attempt. And taken back by Grinnell. And now Tiger comes up, maybe got kicked in the shin a little bit. We play on. McFarland now with the ball in Tiger territory. Battling against somebody using his body to shield the defenders. Gets pushed off the ball. And here we go. Mount Vernon now. Cole McDermott gets that. Tigers going after it. This is fun. It's right in front of us. There's a lot of wrestling and jostling and pushing, and right down in front of us.
Well,
good stuff.
Whatever McFarland had on his left calf is bothering him again. But, you know, we're in critical time right now because Grinnell's defending, and we'll see if Blanchard get this thing kicked out.
Now they're going to stop it. They didn't stop it because he was off the field of play. I know that's the rule. If he'd been in the field of play, they'd stopped right away. But because he was just on the edge and away from the play, they let it go until Grinnell got possession of the ball. Now they're going to stop the clock. Looks like it's a cramp for McFarland.
Yeah,
as the physical therapist tending to him.
They're working it out here. So as we come down to 1:21 left in the ballgame, hey, let's give another shout out to the Strand Theater. Looking for something to do this weekend when sports aren't going on. Go ahead. Looks like the King of Kings, the Amateur, the Chosen, and one more time so we can see that last one, the Minecraft movie. So many good movies out there to go ahead and take a time downtown and check out the Strand number 3.
And again, on the weekend, they have two matinee showings in the afternoon at a discounted rate, so be sure to check it out. That's the Strand Theater on Main Street in downtown Grinnell. Blanchard boots it out, clock moving, 1:15 and counting left to go in the match. Tigers clinging to a 3-2 lead. Jack Vitek had the ball for a moment. Now Mount Vernon gets the ball back. Mustangs trying to get on the attack. Tigers clear it out. Knocked down by Landon Gross. Back to Anderson. Ball booted down in there. Blanchard giving chase. Blanchard's going to, I'm guessing, scoop it up. No, he uses his foot to stop it. Now he has to kick it out of there. Now he picks it up. And
49
take his time.
seconds. He's going to walk.
There's really
it
no
out.
clock on that. There's no 5-second call, but he's going to boot it up and out. So Mount Vernon's going to maybe get one more shot at this. Now the Mustangs go and checked
great
off the
job.
ball was Aiden Hoops. Nice job by Aiden. Aiden's just going to boot it down on the attack, way down at the other end, and boot it out of bounds by Mount Vernon. Not what you wanted to do, because now there's 27 seconds left. Tigers can take their time. Again, there's no 5-second call. I mean, you can't sit there all day, but you can take your time. Now they're going to stop the clock as they have to chase down the ball, I think. Okay. No, he stopped it because of the Tigers are waiting. Now the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Grinnell. With 10 seconds left, barring something miraculous, Tigers are going to get the win. Down in the corner, players jostling for it, goes out of bounds. Mount Vernon gets it on the throw-in with 2, with 1, and that is it. That is your match. 3-2, Tigers win a very entertaining and thrilling, hard-fought match. Glad to have you. Glad you were able to come with us here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. That'll wrap it up. The girl-boy split. Mount Vernon beats our Grinnell girls. Grinnell boys beat the Mount Vernon boys. And that will do it for tonight. Our next broadcast next Friday night. Tigers host Independence. Girl boy doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock for Dan Walker. I'm Chris Juni. You're watching high school soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.